on the topic, man.
Yeah, hello. Shalom.
Shalom, brother.
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Doing all right, man. What's your thoughts on the topic?
Well, I don't really have much on the topic, but maybe, yeah, I agree it's genocide that's going on upon the blacks and the Hispanics. But we have hope. We have hope because according to Matthew 24:22, he said that the time will be shortened. If not, it might take even the elect. So we have hope. The prophecies are there, and we are asked to if we can endure till the end. So, and he's using you guys, and the gospel is spreading, the good news. So people are waking up. So that's the much I can relate on based on today's topic. But if you guys don't mind, I just want you to see. I mean, like I have something I want you to consider.
Consider what?
Okay, should I go ahead? I've been thinking in line of a few of those doctrines that I still feel you are getting wrong. So, and I have this. It might just be brief. It depends. It might be long, but it might still be brief. It depends. So if we get over to Ephesians,
Hold on, brother. Hold on. I just want to clarify. You said that you're against our doctrine. I just want to.
Yeah, if you disagree with what we teach, why are you in this room? Why not go start your own room?
Let him say it. It's good. Let him say it.
anyway, that's good. If I should after today, if I should conclude
Ephesians
with
what?
that.
Ephesians what, sir? Ephesians what?
Okay, thank you, A1. Yeah, I appreciate that. Ephesians 4:4-6. 4
Reader,
through
reader.
6.
Yes, sir. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 4.
Start with verse 1.
Verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Christ. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gift unto men. That was verse 8, 1 through 8.
Yeah, I
So,
said 4-6. 4-6.
okay, he read to 8. Now explain it.
Ye-
What we got wrong?
Yeah, so like I said initially, I want us to consider this. Then, I think we should agree that Paul is quoting, especially on verse 5, one Lord, one Lord, one faith, one baptism. The very first two words there, one Lord, verse 5, is quoting Deuteronomy 6:4, right? Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. So that's what I want us to consider. But then the main passage we are going to go to consider this is Luke chapter 2. So, but let's have in mind this passage in Ephesians chapter 4 from verse 4-6 that you just read. So we go over to
Sir.
Luke chapter 2.
So what we got wrong? Sir, what did we get wrong with Ephesians? You said that we got something wrong and you read this. What do
Yeah,
we
that's
get
what I
with
want to show. That's what I want to show us now in Luke chapter 2.
Luke 2 and what?
Okay. To make it brief, let's touch on three verses there. Three verses there. 11, 22, and 26.
So you want me to read Luke 2, 11, 26, and you said
Yeah,
42?
I can read. I would even
Yo,
love
I
to
got
read
it.
by
I got it.
myself.
I got it. I got it. Luke chapter 2 and verse
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. That's verse 11. What other verse you wanted?
22.
Verse 22. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. What other verse you wanted?
26.
Verse 26. And it was revealed unto him by the Holy Ghost that he should not see death before he had seen the Lord's Christ. That's your three verses.
Yeah, those are the three verses. Thank you. So, like in line with Ephesians chapter 4, where Paul is now referencing Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. So here now we have these three verses that are hinting on the word Lord, or the Lord rather. So verse 26, the last statement there is before he had seen the Lord's Christ, the Lord's Christ, as in the possession of the Lord Christ, the possession, the Lord's Christ. Then up to verse 22. And when the days of our purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. They brought the baby Jesus to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. Emphasis is on Ephesians chapter 4 again, making mention of one Lord. We only have one Lord. There's just one Lord, according to Ephesians chapter 4, especially verse 5. And then making reference to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Now coming over to verse 11. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. So when you now reason within this, considering like 22, for instance, Christ the Lord is the Savior born unto us, but which Lord is he being presented to? He is the Lord, the one Lord, according to Ephesians. But he's being presented to the Lord in verse 22. Then in possessive mode, 26 is saying he is the Lord's Christ. When 11 is specific to say the Christ is the Lord. Christ is the Lord. Now 26 is saying is the Lord's Christ. And he's being presented to the Lord in verse 22. It's one Lord according to Paul, right? According to the scripture, according to Deuteronomy, where is first pronounced. So that's what I said. Let's consider this. And my take from this is that Christ is the Most High. We're not going to go into details. It's for us to ponder anyways. So, but if you like, we can extend it a little bit more. Christ is the Most High. How he does his things, he only knows. How he does the things, he only knows. He came in the flesh. That's what we are seeing here. One Lord, except there are multiple lords, according to Paul, according to Deuteronomy, is one Lord. One Lord. So is he being presented to himself? That's in line with such question that you guys used to ask. Is he being presented to himself in verse 22? is the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. These three verses. I mute my mic for now.
Moderator, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Does that so understand this? Go back to Ephesians where we was at. There, reader,
Yes, sir.
because I don't think he said anything. Go go to Ephesians 4 and verse 1.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord,
The
beseech
Lord
you,
is Jesus Christ. Come on.
beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called,
Go ahead.
with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
So it's talking about unity here. We all have to be one in one mind. There, read the next part.
There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling,
That
w-
read.
one Lord,
That one Lord is who, brother? Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, that one Lord is who?
I made my presentation now. It's not for you to interpret. I made my own interpretation. I said, "Is the Lord, and He's the same as the Most High." That's my answer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Colossians 3 and 1. We'll just cut this real quick.
So now I'm waiting on to hear from you
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're going to
We got it.
consider
We
it
got it,
or
bro.
you ponder it for later. That's
Yeah,
all.
you can mute your mic. Colossians 3 and 1.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God.
How is Christ and the Most High the same person if Christ is sitting on the Most High's right hand? You're on. Hello? Hello?
Okay, I see. I think you want to stretch it some more.
No, no.
To go to
How is
where
Christ the same person as the Most High if Christ is sitting on the right hand of God?
I'm here to like even to interrogate you, but
No,
you
you're
are
not here
switching.
to
You are,
interrogate. You're here to come with some BS doctrine. We just read that
okay,
Christ is on the right hand of God.
I've heard your answer now. That's how you want to answer. I am
How is
expecting you
Christ,
to tackle that,
brother,
tackle
brother?
as he appeared in three verses in Luke
No,
chapter
we're
2.
not going anywhere until you answer the question. How
I
is
won't
Christ?
now. I won't. No, you're not going to force me. It's going to be a long thing. So come
Okay,
here
then you
and
can get
explain.
off stage.
Come here. No, I will
If
get
you
off.
don't
I
want,
will, for sure.
Goodbye.
dummy, tripping, yo. Go to Acts 5 or Acts 7, just in case anybody else is confused. Folks want to push their white supremacy Christianity so hard. Acts 7 and verse 50.
5.
Yes, read that.
Acts chapter 7 and verse 55. But he, being full of the Holy Ghost, looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of God and Jesus standing on the right hand of God.
Now Jesus is standing on the right hand of God before he was sitting. Again, two different people. Matthew 19.
It's a little more on this.
I'll go ahead.
And said, Behold, I see the heavens open, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of God.
The Son of Man, Jesus Christ, the Lord, standing on the right hand of God. If they were the same person, why wouldn't they just be one being right there? Come on, y'all. This is common sense. This is reading comprehension. Matthew 19.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do, that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
So right there, he's making a separation. If they were the same, why wouldn't he just say, "There's none good but me"? Why would he say, "There's one good but God"? Where's this? Why would he make the separation there? Come on, man. Where's the one in John where it says, "I've come to do the will of the Father who have sent me"? I was just reading this the other day.
Sir.
I want to say it's John 5.
Yes, sir.
Yep, John 5:19. Read that.
John chapter 5 and verse 19. Then answered Jesus and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do.
The Son sees the Father. Go ahead.
For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doeth, and he will show him greater works than these, that
Oh,
ye
read
may
verse 30.
marvel.
Verse 30 is what I want.
Verse 30. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will,
Not my own will, not the will of Christ, but what?
but the will of the Father which have sent me.
Me to be sent, somebody had to send you. He's saying he didn't send himself to do what he wanted to do, but what his Father, the Most High God, wanted to do. Meaning they are two separate beings. So this dude, I don't know what this dude talking about, man. That don't make no sense. Just make your own room and go teach what you want to teach, bruh. You ain't got to come up in here causing confusion and making folks fall asleep with your drowsy talk. Crazy work. But again, the topic, are blacks and Hispanics facing genocide? Let us know what y'all got on the topic, or if you got questions. We handle all questions as well. See what we got here. We got G Sarah on stage. G Sarah, what you got on the topic?
Shalom, leadership, most high Christ bless.
Shalom, sis. What you got on the topic?
Yeah, this topic is very a great topic. It's a great topic because our people, we need to know that these people has been doing all these things that they are doing for a long time. You understand? It's not new thing, as in they have been setting drugs, setting different kind of sicknesses, prison, killing our people. A lot of things is going on. Before, we don't really take time to really check what is going on, but now with this internet and everything, so we see what they are doing to our people. We see that uh, every day by day they kill our people, try to make sure they put us in that position that we don't, like when we go out, we come back, we cannot even explain how we did go, because it's so like heavy. It's like when you go out, it's heavy. You understand? So these people have been oppressing us, doing all these things. So for me, it's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. Why I came up also, I came up because there's a sister that was talking this morning. I think it's very early this morning that she was talking about the Spanish brother, our Spanish brother, so-called Spanish brother, that they do not go through what we went through, that they do not go through the slavery, they do not go through oppression. Like, I don't know if they watch news or they watch really history about everything that is really going on self. You understand? Even before I came to this truth, I used to watch, because France, they used to show, every time they show prison, once in a while they will be showing prison. And when they show our men too, in American, the prison system, how they keep them, how some of them, they have been there for many years. They were there young and now they are old, and discover most of them, they are innocent, and most of them did what they did and they are regretting a lot of things like that. Then when they show those our Spanish brothers too, prison system, one thing I always ask, like, I from beginning I was shocked. Like, one thing I always see is that they always put them, like, they will raise their head, they will scrape their head to shine their head up. Then at the same time remove their beards, remove all their hair, shave their beards, always making them naked, and wear them this white short knickers, boxers, something like that. And also always putting them together like line like that. And when they put them in line, they want them to sit down on the floor. When they sit down, they'll be say shift together, as in they should get close to each other. And they will be pushing them to shift together. They are whipping them from back sometimes, and threatening them sometimes with the gun. So they will be pushing together. So how did you put men together like that? You understand? For me, it's nakedness. For me, it's humiliation. I don't know how to speak that grammar, but it's like they just want to bring shame to them, disgracing them. So, and most time when they show all those their country where they are, it's always also like famine, and also suffer deaths, like hunger, like poverty, a lot of things like that that they show. So when I came to the truth, when the leadership brought it up, from beginning I was like, but when I remember all these videos and also go back to all these things that I'm seeing, like, I don't need to ask 2-3 times question. I don't even ask question about it. I know there are people. We are all the same people. You understand? We are all the same people. The Spanish, this Native American. We are all the same people. We are going through the same depression, the same problem, pressure, and they only make it like form of different, but it's the same thing. If you don't watch very well, it's the same thing that they are doing to us. So, and now the Lord do it for our people that is so blind also. Our people that is so blind, the Lord do it so that we will see 2020.
Sis, don't picture baby. That's funny.
Nah.
That's right, sis. Hey, give me Jeremiah 50:33. That's funny.
Yes, sir. J-
That's true. Because whether we be in the United States or in Mexico, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Guatemala, whether in Africa, France, we are all going through the same curses.
Yes,
That's
sir. Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
Hey, sis, go ahead and mute your mic real quick. Go ahead, read that.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
So the children of Israel is the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. The children of Judah, the so-called blacks, were oppressed together. We go through the same things. That's why we in the same neighborhoods. We like the sister said, we get packed in the jails together. All of this is happening to us and only us. That's why you see in the black and Hispanic community, we live together. But it's the other nations that come through and feed off of us. that take from us, take from our community. They don't live in those same communities. The Korean man don't live in the same community as the black and Mexican. The Arab man don't live in the same community as the black and the Dominican or black and Puerto Rican, right? We live together. They force us into projects together, and then they come and prey on us. That's how we know we the children of Israel. But that's sister's problem. The sister who was talking crazy earlier this morning is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 13.
Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart. The adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not Ephraim shall not envy Judah,
So
and Judah shall not
Ephraim,
vex
Ephraim,
Ephraim.
northern kingdom, so-called Hispanics, shall not envy Judah, because oftentimes you do see that where there's hatred or enmity between Hispanics and blacks, and oftentimes, like you, I forget the girl's name, like Ashley Gonzalez or something. She was talking mad greasy about black people. We see that in the Hispanic community. Go ahead.
But they shall
No,
excuse
read it
me.
again from the top.
The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
And you won't have those Southern Kingdom brothers, black folk, talking about Hispanics aren't Israel, Native Americans aren't Israel. When Christ returns, all that's going to be done away with, because that was the purpose of Christ, to do away with that wall of partition, that enmity between us, and to join back together the 12 tribes of Israel, wherever we are, as we are scattered all over the world. All right, we got jurist. Juris, what's your thoughts on the topic? You with us or you sleep, jurist? Alright, next, LZ. What you got on the topic?
Shalom. Um, I'll answer the question. I just came up because somebody invited me up, but it says blacks and Hispanics facing genocide. Um, it very well could be, um, but it's done so subtle and sneaky. It's not like an outright genocide where they just come into our neighborhoods and shooting and killing us like that. But it's done through so many different methods. Uh, they do it spiritually through Christianity and Islam and all these false religions we try to bring to our people to convince them to live those lifestyles. It also can be used. I think they're poisoning our food, um, so that a lot of food here in America is not like natural like it should be. Uh, Look at just entertainment, I guess in general, the propaganda they push through movies and music. It's done subtle from so many different angles. It's not like an outright genocide, but I definitely can see how they're doing it subtly because at the same time, while they're doing it, they still kind of need us at the same time because they realize that they know who we are and they know that they can't, they're not that good without us. Because like we look back in the history, all the major world empires that came to power, they had one thing in common, which was the Israelites. They had the Israelites in captivity. So I definitely can see how they are doing it, but they're doing it so subtle.
That's real talk. That's real talk. You got any questions?
Came to the stage, I was listening to the audience. I think somebody just invited me, so I just came up because of that reason. I'm chilling. I usually have a lot of background noise, so I try to stay chilling in the audience listening.
I ain't gonna lie, it's probably me that invited you up. But yeah, man, that's real spill, man. Everything they put in our community, they put in our atmosphere, is to poison us, is to take us out of the spirit, take us away from God, and keep us at the bottom of society. Like we read. Go to Psalms 83.
Yes, sir. Psalm chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have taken crafty counsel. So everything they do is to further the affliction of the 12 tribes of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Whether you look at the music that they push to us, the images they push on TV and in the media and in the movies. They don't push positive black images, positive Hispanic images. Like there's this old movie with Robert Townsend, Hollywood Shuffle. Y'all ever seen Hollywood Shuffle?
Nah, I'm too young, officer.
Bro, how old are you?
22.
Go watch Hollywood Shuffle. It's a classic, bro. It's a
I got you.
classic.
I'm gonna add that to the vote.
Hollywood. There's a scene in Hollywood Shuffle where Robert Townsend he's trying to break into Hollywood, but they'll only give him ignorant nigga jive talking roles. So there's a scene where he got to play a gang member with a Jerry curl, and on the other side is the so-called Hispanics. It's either Puerto Ricans or Mexicans. I think it's Puerto Ricans. And the Puerto Ricans are knife wielding, no sabe, broken English gang members. And so the movie does a good job of showing you that Hollywood, especially Amalek, only allows black and Hispanic people to break into that industry by playing roles that are detrimental to black and Hispanic people. That's why he's going to put the link in there. I kind of want to look at it and see if it's the scene I'm looking for real quick. Oh no, it's the whole movie. Ooh, bootlegging. Oh no, it's 2 minutes. It's a trailer. Yeah, go watch Hollywood Shuffle. Good stuff. But Hollywood or Hollyweird as they call it will only let black and Hispanic people break into the industry if they're willing to play roles that are detrimental to their community. That's where you get even the rappers. Ain't no conscious rappers no more. Ain't no rappers that talk about the betterment of this. Even the conscious rappers are gotta be tough guys or whatever. Like you had Drake. Drake was supposed to be on conscious stuff, but over time, and it's crazy because the tougher his lyrics get, the more he talked about he got people that'll slide and kill you. The gayer his aesthetic got. J. Cole, even J. Cole, rap about killing people, rap about having a stick, rap about, being a tough guy, even though he's not a tough guy. He's supposed to be the most conscious of them. Kendrick's supposed to be a conscious rap about a pressure guy. He's still from Compton. He still got to portray a certain image of being tough and being a gang member or gang affiliated. There's no more conscious rappers because that's not what the media, that's not what white society wants to push or portray on black and Hispanic people. Go read that again.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And that's that crafty counsel. That's that crafty council. They got their Bilderberg groups. They got their G7 summits. They got their Epstein parties. I saw one video talking about Peter Thiel, who is he runs some type of AI company. But basically, he had all the different politicians and members of different tech groups. They all meet together and discuss how they can keep black folk down so they can continue to rule the world. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted again. We are the hidden ones. We're hidden under names like Foundational Black American, African American, Black Negro, Haitian, Jamaican, Bahamian, Grenadian, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, Guatemalan, El Salvadorian, Sudanese, CD, Dalit, Aboriginal. We're hidden under all these different names. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let's make sure cut them off from being a nation is genocide. That's textbook right there. That is genocide. That's the Bible is letting you know they've tried their damnedest to make sure that we weren't nothing, let alone to know who we are as a people. That's genocide. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Because they do not want us to remember that we are the children of Israel. They do not want us to come back to our power so that our kingdom might be established, so that we might know that Jesus looked like us and that we got to keep his commandments. That's the crafty counsel. Prevent them niggas from knowing they the Israelites. Do not let them know. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom is the Caucasian race, the so-called white man. Go ahead.
the Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites, the Arabs that are still enslaving black folk to this day in Libya, selling them to Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Qatar, Yemen, Oman, all these different places. Go ahead.
of Moab,
Moab is the Chinese. That same Chinese man that shot our brother Cyrus Belton in the back. That's Moab. Go ahead.
and the Hagarenes,
The Hagarenes, more Africans.
Gabal, and
More
Ammon,
Africans. Ammon is the Japanese, the Koreans. Come on.
and Amalek,
Amalek, the devil, the Israelites. Come on.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
More Africans, more Hamites.
Assure, it also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah.
So these are all the people that have come together to make sure that we don't know who we are, to make sure that we are at the bottom of society, to make sure that we never rise again to know who we are and what we need to be doing. That's where we've come to. Um, so yeah, if you got any questions or you want to speak on the topic, are blacks and Hispanics facing genocide today? Right? Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think black people we got it good. Maybe you think, we got ball players now. We can vote. We can drink out of white water fountains. Maybe you believe we're not in a genocide. Let us know. Come up on stage, talk with us, talk with us. Come and talk to me. Raise your hand. Come up on stage. Or if you got questions, let me know. Rock, you about to read, right?
So working as well.
Okay. I gotta get ready for work. Let me see what we got. Thanks, appreciate you. Sending me a message after I ask. You can? Oh, you're asking me too. Boom. There you go. Boom. There you go. All right. Let me see. Go to Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Y'all got me?
Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Start up at verse 4.
Verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them.
The
And
flock of the slaughter is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because we are the ones who are constantly being killed, constantly being murdered. We are the ones who went through, still going through a 600-year Holocaust. We are in the real Holocaust right now. And it's so bad that not only did they strip us of our name, not only did they kill our body, they've killed our minds. We don't even know how to think critically anymore. That's how deeply destroyed we are as a people. Oh man, we got another sister who hates Latinos. That's crazy. More hatred for. Hey, even that in and of itself, to hate your brother who look just like you, go through the same thing as you, to hate them is a form of genocide because that's been bred in us by the white man. It was bred in Latinos to hate black people. When you have what is known as the blanqueamiento, and you have where they used to take like the mobiles that they put over little babies' heads, and they would make all the angels white, but they would make the devil black because the Spanish had just conquered the Moors, had just defeated Judah in Spain, and sent them into slavery. And to make sure that we would never have a connection with one another, they implemented blanqueamiento and iconoclasm to stop us from having love for one another. Right? That again goes into that genocide and that crafty council. Go ahead, read that again.
whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty.
We are possessed. We are possessions to this white man, to these nations. Go ahead. They slay themselves. They slay us, and what?
And hold themselves not guilty.
That's what you're seeing. Because you can guarantee with these cops that shot the 1-year-old boy, you can guarantee they gonna find a way to get them Edomites off. That's how this injustice system works. It's just justice for them, not us. You got a situation where I forget the little Edomite dude, little Edomite boy, is alleged to have killed his sister, and they allow the dude to go home with his parents and whatnot. Right at the same time, this is not no self defense. This was he killed him. He killed her in cold blood, but he got a better shot. Oh, I didn't know he ordered too. That's crazy. That makes sense. That's white culture. That makes sense. But it's not. Shalom says, Brittany, how are you doing? Sister Brittany, how you doing?
Shalom.
Shalom. What's your thoughts on the topic?
It's not about the topic. I had a question and I couldn't wait.
Oh, damn. Okay. Talk about
And
the topic first, then I'll answer your question.
um, yeah, the justice system is not for us. It is definitely designed for them. We are
Okay.
still in captivity. I'm not celebrating Juneteenth, and like I love all people, but I don't like white people.
That's fair. So are blacks and Hispanics facing a genocide?
Of course.
Okay, I'll praise it. What's your question?
In what setting should I wear my hair covered? Because I'm going to a parade today. Should I cover it or not cover it?
1 Corinthians 11.
Thank
And
you.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonoreth his head.
so praying or prophesying, meaning going into the scriptures, explaining the scriptures coming out. If a man has his head covered while he is doing this, or he's in the midst of prophecy, he dishonors Christ. Go ahead.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
So if you're in the midst of prayer or prophecy, then that's when you dishonor your head. So I know a lot of sisters, they keep the head wrap with them. And just in case, scriptures come out or, whatever the case may be, they then throw the head wrap on, or they throw the scarf on, or however it may be. That makes sense?
Yes, it does. I appreciate it.
No problem. What type of parade you going to?
My son is a traveling athlete, so they're going to a Juneteenth parade, but he is in the parade as an athlete.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sis.
Thanks.
How long you been in the truth?
Since 2000 and about 14 or 15, but I
Oh
got some
shit.
brothers that's with me, and I be fake not wearing zippers and trying to wear leggings, and they got on my heels and said you need to just stop playing and get in it. And so I just gave up that old life. I went and got my little ass piercings and tattoos I wanted and changed my ways.
Okay. Do you congregate?
Um, yes, I just started on here the other day. I do a Zoom meeting on Saturdays with some older ladies. I'm really just trying to find where I fit in. The family in the city that I live in, they travel to Chicago. So I will be going to Chicago next weekend, not this weekend because I have to go and play football with my baby. He only 9.
Okay. On the Sabbath?
It just started this week, so I need to, get him going.
I mean, he don't have to play football.
He a traveling football player
Right,
by
right. But
choice. I'm not gonna stop him from there. I
give me
choose.
that Proverbs 22:6.
Now I'm gonna not be able to make him play. Don't tell me I'm getting off. If I hear it, I know it. Bye.
Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up
Oh
a
shit,
child.
she really did throw the
Oh,
smoke
she really
bomb.
left.
That's crazy work. Yo, what is going on? I can't believe that.
You set the smoke bomb like Batman?
Yeah, she did a Naruto. She did a smoke bomb and disappeared.
This is crazy.
That's so evil. I don't think she was trolling. I think she was being sincere. I just think she's sincerely a nigga. Read that anyway.
Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Because even when we look at it, the white man train our kids to be in athletics, to be in football. You gonna have your son in football, and he gonna get a concussion or get injured. He gonna put his body and his life on the line to try to trace the riches and glory of the white man. That's foolishness. God said what?
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So we need to be teaching our sons to be prophets from a young age. We need to teach them to keep the commandments of God from a young age. Not to be no traveling football player. Sister, you still got your head. I know you hear me. You still got your mind in the world. You haven't yet converted. Go to First Maccabees. Or is it first or second Maccabees, the liking the glory of the Grecians? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Second Maccabees chapter.
Okay, I'll put it.
Second Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 15.
Hey, Sirach, you can read right now?
Yeah, I can stop real quick.
All right, go ahead. Let's switch.
Got you.
So
Second Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15.
read up. Start at verse 13.
Verse 13. Now such was the height of Greek fashions.
The
It
height of Greek
increased
fashions. That's what we see here in America. We see the height of Greek fashion. Come on.
an increase of heathenish manners
Heathenish manners, to move as the Gentiles, to be like the Gentile, to be like the white man. Come on.
through the exceeding profaneness of Jason. that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
Because at this time, Jason was stealing the high priesthood from his brother Onias because he was a major hater. Come on.
That the priests had no courage to serve any more at the altar.
And it was so bad that brothers didn't want to keep the laws of God anymore because they'd rather go throw a frisbee naked. They'd rather go do naked wrestling with other men. Pause. They you that's what they would have rather done. Go ahead.
But despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hasten to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise, after the game of discus called them forth.
Y'all thought I was playing games. No, it was discus. They was throwing a frisbee naked. That's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to go into athletics. And we see the same thing today. That's why all the college football is set up on what day? Saturday. It's set up to get again to further the genocide, to further keep us away from God so they could kill us. That's what I should have told that sister. She lucky she caught me mad tired. I should have told her, you letting your son play football, you killing him. You putting him in harm's way. Because what happens when he get pulled over and the police want to kill him for breaking the Sabbath? Go ahead.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
And that's what it is. We prefer the things of the white man more than we prefer to follow after Christ, to do the things that our forefathers did. We'd rather go get like the white man because the white man got money. And once you get the money, then you get the hoes. That's what the black mind thinks. That's what we teach our kids from a young age, instead of teaching them the Deuteronomy 6 and 7. Grab that.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Start at verse 5.
Verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children,
So we
and
supposed
shalt
to teach the commandments diligently to our children. Like remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That's what we supposed to be teaching our children diligently.
I
Come
gotta take
on.
a picture of everything. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
So not letting them go play football on the Sabbath and he get injured, break his leg. That's not what we supposed to be doing. She's tripping. Hey, shalom, Judd.
Hey, morning, morning, morning. Shalom. What's going on?
It is dry in here. Ain't finna hold you.
Maybe y'all boring.
Damn. I have not to say.
You must spice it up, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Nah,
sir.
I'm just joking. I mean, man, we hold a room down 24 hours a day, right? It's gonna be dry spots.
I'm really, I'm like, I'm inspired by the folks that be up in here throwing the fire emojis and the thumbs up emojis when I'm just going in and ain't nobody up here. I'm like, y'all the real MVPs.
Y'all spoke to everybody, Sarah and Juris.
Yes, sir. I think Juris sleep.
Oh, well, y'all gotta kick people off the stage when they go to sleep.
Yes, sir.
Move to the
Yeah.
audience. Move to the audience. So it's just two of y'all in here? Dang.
Yes, sir. I was hoping my relief would come on because I do got to go to work, but I don't know what's going on.
Oh man. If you gotta go, you gotta go, man. I'll mess around for a minute. Who's supposed to be coming? Who the relief?
I'm gonna keep it a whole band with you. I have no idea, but I made sure the West Coast wasn't the West Coast. I just
Oh no, y'all forever the West Coast, man. It is what it is.
no damn like forever.
Yeah.
What's
Y'all gonna have
happening?
to do something like amazing, man.
Damn, I ain't on the water though, so I'm just the West.
Well, what part of the West Coast you in?
I'm in Denver.
Oh, you all right.
All praises, all praises,
Yeah, Denver all right.
all praises, all praises, all praises, all praises. But yes, sir, I'm good.
Yeah, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Uh, Denver is still central. Nah, Denver ain't central. It's but we give Denver a pass though.
Cool. Denver get a pass till we do some.
Are you in the you in the group? You in the Telegram?
No, sir.
That's why you got to get a Telegram and cuss people out. You got my Telegram?
I'll find it.
Send me your at to like here, and I can add you to the group.
All right, yes, sir.
Stop calling me sir. I'm 12.
Yes, 12. I got you.
I meant 12 years old. That's what I meant. You ain't never seen that movie? The dude was like, I am 12.
Nah, what movie is that?
Uh, the bench warmers.
With damn, who in the bench warmers?
I don't remember. It's like some white guys and they want to relive their life to play baseball
Oh yeah,
against
that's what
people.
what's the old buddy's name? The dude
Davis,
it was
Adam,
bigger.
I don't know, something. But it's funny.
Got you.
Then they meet the dude in the peanut butter castle. I don't know. It's a funny movie, but it's kind of stupid too.
David Spade.
It was David. Yeah, it was David Spade. Okay.
David Spade, the dude name. I bet. Shalom.
All right, Ciroc. It's just me and you, man. All right, look, yes, y'all gotta come on stage, man. Y'all gotta come on stage. If y'all just gonna sit in here, just two people in here, y'all ain't gonna come on stage, man. We just gonna shut the room down and just open it up later for what you call it. I mean, got what? How many people in here? There's a lot of people in here. There we go. Come on stage and okay, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at people raising their hand. Come on stage and talk or something. Jeez Louise. Ain't that what they say? Jeez Louise. I don't know what that means.
Shalom. Shalom. Most I Christ bless.
Hey,
Good
Shalom, what's on,
morning.
Christ bless? What's going on?
I am fine, thanks. So, um,
All right, so you want to comment on the topic or you got a
right.
question?
Yes. I do believe that we are. Well, as the times get closer, we are. Yeah. I feel like we're going back into captivity if
When,
we
when were
come.
we freed?
Well, we were never free, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying, like, you know. Um, mm, so, so yes, like today we're talking about like Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yes,
What is Juneteenth?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Why you bring it up then?
I know it's a lot of people that's gonna be celebrating it.
Oh, I was about to speak on the topic we had in here. Um, are blacks and Hispanics facing genocide?
Uh, um, are I think so. Yes, we are.
Okay, thank you.
We are.
Hey,
We
Richard,
are.
Richard, save me, Richard.
What's
We
up,
are.
Shalom, Jet?
Hey, shalom, shalom.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's like it's to me all this stuff happened to our people, man. It's like to me it's a warning sign because it's been done before and it's coming back so soon. And not so soon, but it's just coming back as like God is trying to let us know that it'll never stop until we get ourselves together right with Him. You know, the kingdom is coming. You know, it's like and it's like it's planned. The other nations are planning something really. You know, it's gonna get worse. Or they're gonna plan something. It's gonna be tragic. But yeah, we still facing genocide. You know, that's all I got for now.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is that you can and this is like how you know the Bible is real about how the other nations feel about us because they just act like what well, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. You got white people that think they're being discriminated against like right now. It's like look, if you're a white man. Nobody's gonna help you, and you got this, you got that. I'm like, bruh, you got white skin, bruh. You can do whatever you want to do. like all you gotta do is get a haircut and put on a nice article of clothing, and then you're you're high IQ at that point. You don't even have to talk.
Man. But I seen a article with Elon Musk, man. He said something like we're gonna have to fight back,
Yeah, I
bro.
think yeah, I know his dad feel that way too, because South Africa and stuff like that. Like they look. Don't get it twisted with these billionaire nerds that you think they just like. "Oh, I love everybody. They everybody has a love for their race.
Yeah,
Everybody has a love for their race, except for us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
we hate our race. We just fight each other.
it's crazy, man. I mean, yeah, if that don't make you wonder and think, like, man, what the hell is you know what he talking about, bro? Y'all got all this power in this world, and you talking, man, y'all just,
This
I
guy
can't,
asked him, "What else do you want? What do y'all want? I want you
man,
back in chains, nigga.
I can't explain them. It's crazy.
Just kick us all out. Send us all back to Africa. And y'all leave Africa, and then
Yeah, let's try it again, but that'll
yeah,
never, that'll never happen. Them hunkers, I mean, excuse me, don't worry, but
there you
them,
go. Damn hunkies.
they ain't finna act right, man. They ain't not.
Nope, nope, nope. Let's see. We got Pretty. Maybe she on the phone now. Yeah, I think she on the phone. Let's see. Who we got in the audience then? Somebody said pull up Reese's. It's weird that like people I have blocked, they still come into the room. Like, well, they love us. That's when you know you made it. When your haters watch you. All right, all right. Let's see. It's pretty back. Okay. Audio.
I still, um,
Say it again.
she might still be on the phone.
You think?
Got the, I see a little,
You see a phone?
yeah, the little red
Is it
egg. I
red with
don't
like
see.
a white phone in it?
Yeah.
You see that?
Uh huh.
How you, I don't even see that.
I see that. This is yep. I got an old iPhone.
You mean you could see like the red circle with the white phone in the middle of
Yep.
Uh-huh.
it?
That's weird, huh? You can't see it. You on the no, you ain't on a computer.
Oh no, we got Kunta.
Hey, oh man, these guys is loud for no reason. Hey, Shalom, Jud.
Yo, 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 shalom. We
Doing
got
good.
Lahab Shayah, if I said that right.
I just want to speak to the title. Yes, we are facing genocide, and I think we are facing genocide from a being that's not natural to this planet, right?
From an
Uh,
alien?
not an alien. Let's not be funny. Uh,
Wait, say it again. Wait, I couldn't hear you. What's the last thing you just said?
I said not an alien. Let's not be funny. Just something that's not that's not natural to this planet, right? Because and I am an Israelite, so when I say this, don't think I'm some comedic dude, right? When you look up
So you
you
believe in the
melanin.
Bible then, right? So what you
Yeah,
about to say
I
is
am a
gonna
I'm a,
be
I'm a, I'm a, I'm an Israelite, brother.
so what you about to say,
I'm an
we
Israelite.
can go to the scriptures and
Yep.
find
I'm gonna
what you
go.
about to say.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, brother, because I can already
No,
see what.
no, I'm just
Yeah,
saying, man.
yeah. Yeah, I can
I'm
already
just
see what this is.
go ahead. I'm be quiet.
Yeah, yeah, let me say what I gotta say, and then I drop down, and you can
Well,
laugh at me.
you can't do that then.
Hey brother, you can laugh at me when I get in there.
I'm not gonna laugh
Okay.
at you. I
All
promise I
right.
won't let. I want to
Okay.
have a conversation with you. Can we have a
Okay.
conversation?
Yeah, we can have a conversation. This is talking about eumelanin and phenomelanin, right? And phenomelanin is a carcinogenic, right? That means that
Like
their
cancer?
melanin is a look it up, right? It's a cancer, right? And
Okay.
we always been taught that melanoma comes from UV rays, right, brother?
I don't know. I may have been taught that and I didn't pay attention. I'm gonna be honest
Yeah, a
with you.
lot of times we say, the sun causes skin cancer or melanoma, right? But once you do the proper research on phenomelanin, you'll understand that even oxygen uh causes what we would call melanoma.
You
So
said
if you are
phenomelon. How you spell that?
Pheno,
Uh huh.
melanin, that's how you spell it. Melain. Now, so if the UV rays causes certain amount of cancer, and oxygen causes a certain amount of cancer, how can you be natural to a planet that's dominated by the sun and oxygen, brother? So
You
that's
said
all I wanted to say.
pheno.
And I'm gonna drop back down to the
Why
group while
you
you
said
get
we was
this
gonna have a
research.
conversation, bro? You lied. I'm
I
just
just
about to
want you.
block you now.
I
You
just,
can't come back.
just block me, brother.
I'm
Just
gonna
block me.
block
That's
you.
fine.
You lied to me, bro.
Hey,
You straight lied.
you
You
acknowledge
said we
what?
was gonna have a conversation,
Hey,
and
brother, if you
then
block me,
you said something which I don't even know. I'm still trying to look it up, and
uh huh.
you could even talk about it more. And I don't think you
Hey,
believe what you're saying
all
because
right, brother.
anybody that believe what they saying,
I already heard it in your voice, brother.
they wouldn't
And
just
guess what?
leave.
Hey, guess what, brother?
They
If you
wouldn't
block
just
me,
they wouldn't just
you'll
leave. They
just be
wouldn't just
blocking
leave. They
knowledge.
would have a conversation. I really want to ask you about what you're talking about. I never heard
Hmm.
this before.
I know.
So
I know.
why don't you want to talk
I
about it?
know. Cause I don't like the tone in your voice. You got a condescending tone, brother.
Okay. You want to talk to Kunta about it then?
You just do your research, and maybe one day we'll run into each other again, and we can have a conversation
At
about
the loony bin.
it.
Hey, Hey man, brothers is retarded, man. One thing I find out about people that don't believe in what they say, let me put him on the block list so I can know when he in the room. Good lord, that dude said you get cancer from oxygen, and then he could be right. He could be right, but then he don't want to talk about it. It's. I think he been called crazy so much when he talk about that he know I was gonna call him crazy, and he just ain't want to hear it. But I mean, he could have been right. I don't know, man. Tamario, what's up? What you think about that? The Miller. Um, I was still trying to look it up. I was spelling it wrong. Pheno. What he said? What it's called? Pheno.
Phenomelanin, I think.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he spelled it right. Let's see. Yeah, somebody spell it for me, cause it's definitely not coming up the way he spelled it. Phe pheno melanin. That's it right here. Phenomelanin. All right, let's see. So it's the two main types of melanin. In simple terms, darker brown, black coloring, more filament, red, yellow, a light color. Okay. Um, can you get skin cancer from oxygen? No. Oxygen itself does not cause skin cancer. You need oxygen to live. What people are usually referring to as oxidative stress. When your skin is exposed to UV radiation from the sun, the UV light can generate reactive oxygen species, free radicals in the skin. Those free radicals can damage DNA and over time can contribute to skin cancer. Okay. Well, that's what the thing said. I don't know. What happened to tomorrow? Is everybody getting kicked out the room or something? He said, I'm an Israelite, but what I'm about to say has nothing to do with the Bible. I mean, that's basically what he said. He said, I'm about to say something, and I want to let you know that I am an Israelite. But the thing that I'm about to say is not connected to the Bible. It's not biblical. So don't call me um a Egyptologist or something like that. He kind of set the stage for it. It's not my fault. But it is what it is. I want to thank La Lahab y'all for starting off my morning great. Lizette,
Shalom, más altísimo, y Cristo te
I knew you
bendiga.
was gonna say that. Bata dice la de Benitos.
Buenos días, Señor. Our,
Buenos dias, senorita.
our,
Estoy triste. Is that tired?
no, triste is sad.
Okay, I'm not sad. What's triste? Enojado?
No, triste is sad. Enojado is mad.
Dang.
Cansado is tired.
Cansado?
Yes.
Okay, I remember those words from school. I just don't remember what they mean. Okay. Estoy cansado.
Sí, Señor. Are Blacks and Hispanics facing genocide?
Nothing new under the sun. Unfortunately, they took off the metal, chains because we had them mentally. And now nowadays with Trump with the Make America Great Again baloney pony, you hear, and it's very saddening about all the deaths or being hung, being shot. I mean, for Christ's sakes, look at this 1-year old. That's just ridiculous. And the woman had a receipt in her hand. That's perpetual hate. And then as far as with the Latinos, you have the ICE that, even I'm walking around with my passport, and I was born in Jersey, raised in the Bronx. And I mean, there's pieces to everything. I mean, look at the court cases where now they were basically saying if he's a strong individual, we can get sweat out of him. And that's because ICE basically kicked out all the farm workers. So now they're going to get all our strong men in prison to do, picking the cherries, the strawberries, all that stuff. I mean, this is why critical thinking is needed. Getting those Jordans is not the move. It's thinking out. This is why the Edomites are so many years ahead of us. And it's unfortunate because people are just so more interested in hate. I was the one that actually told you to bring up Reese because that individual had very interesting comments about Latinos, like we pronounce the N really hard when we say negro. No, we don't. So I basically, I call it out. And you cannot be a coward. And, they're still hiding in the comments and they try to come back, tell me, oh, yeah, go ahead and vote for Trump. How you know my business here in the United States if you live in Canada and you claim to be Benjamin? If you're Benjamin, if you know I'm Latina, I'm Ephraim, I'm family. So why you cutting at me? This is how you know people's baloney pony and the bigger picture. And I love my nation because FYI, I married Judah. My children are Judah. So there's no hate in me for a beautiful black man. Our nation is absolutely beautiful, but comments like this individual Reese needs to be addressed and corrected. And this is why I decided to come up. I mean, you did say, bring up Reese, and it was me who stated it. And I don't tend to hide. I
Yeah,
accept
I got him on.
correction.
He was on my block list already, so I already knew he was a Riri. I just can't never remember why. It's like, why is this person on my block list? But
Exactly. He put that comment about you in the comment after that. But thank you very much for allowing me to speak. Happy
yes, no
Sabbath
more
rest.
baloney pony people in here. Yeah, but you know what? You said something. Ah, dang. Nah, I forgot. You said something. Let me think about. Let me think. Oh yeah, about the sweat equity, right? I had to. I spoke at a city council meeting this week, early this week, and it had the warden for one of the prisons in the city was in there. It was a white guy, big fat white guy. I mean, he just looked like a slave master. I'm telling you, he had a what they call him, a seer sucker suit on, and he had a big belly. It's like a little kid lived in there, and he brought a black guy up with him just to kind of just stood there, and he had two phones, and he just kept moving phone from pocket to pocket to pocket. It was weird. It's like, what are you even standing up here for? But whatever. But so basically he was trying to get an initiative to basically have prisoners to come out and do jobs in the community, to be able to do jobs. I think it costs $20 per prisoner per day for them to come out and do like cleanup and this, that, and the other, just some kind of work, like a work program or whatnot. And I was just listening to it, and I was just saying to myself, if the city council could pay, you know, money to for prisoners, then that's gonna make this, that's going to make the prisons want to have more prisoners because they get paid. I kind of always think about the Shawshank Redemption, how the warden was, getting out, securing all these contracts by sending his prison team out there to go and do certain jobs and stuff like that. And I bet it's still like that today to some extent. It probably don't go straight to the warden, but I bet he get bonuses off of it about money that come in from different cities and government um, principalities for them to be able to use their prisoners to do stuff. Because a lot of corporations use prisoners, as cheap labor. So it's just kind of, I don't know, just actually hearing it and his kind of pompous attitude, because everybody, all the councilmen and the mayor, everybody, they black, and he the only white guy in there, and the way he talking and stuff, it was just like, man, I just wanted to say, man, get your white ass out here. Nobody want to talk to you. Like, why the black dude ain't talking? Let the black dude talk. You go, you know what I'm saying? That would make more sense, but they just brought him in as a token. Uh, it was real weird, you know, while he was talking, but whatever. Uh, all right, we got well, Brittany, like, she on the phone. Sometimes I don't know, Brittany, you there or you on the phone? Well, if she's on the phone, she wouldn't answer. So all right, let's see, we bring some more people up or accept people to come up with no baloney pony.
Hey, Judge, I could send out some invites too. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, somebody said that's how Angola. Yeah, Angola's like that. Angola is straight up like that. It's a money factory. And there's a lot of big prisons like that. And you got what's it? Is it CCA? I think that's the initial CCA, where they got a lot of these big prisons. They just, they really just money makers. Just money makers. All right, what you got, Lizzie?
No point right there. I jumped on because I was just listening to you guys talk about like the slave labor of it's basically slave labor of prison. But it just amazes me how Southern Kingdom doesn't like to acknowledge Northern Kingdom and the slavery that they endure, even in this captivity. Like like even before how they've been um pushing a lot of them out of the country. I remember how, because I used to live in Arizona for a time, but people don't talk about how before when a lot of the so-called immigrants were border jumping from Mexico to over into like places like Arizona and Nevada, all those that kind of touch right there, they would have them go into the field and pick like the strawberries and berries and stuff. And one of the things that you didn't really hear people talk about. Now, I would bring this up when I would hear our people complaining about, they're taking our jobs, which sounds absolutely stupid because we sound like we probably say stupid stuff like that. But um, you would have people that would come and pick the border jumpers up, take them to the field to pick like strawberries and berries. And then when it was time to pay them, they would call immigration. That's free labor. And they did that countless times. So you got people who, which, either myself were making, money off of free labor even then. So I don't understand how we don't understand that they're being oppressed and dealing with the same stuff that we deal with. It irritates me because I'm like, even before I even knew anything about it, Israel and us being the same people, I always felt that kinship because I always saw them dealing with the same thing. Like, I remember working at this company, and it was she was it's a car, and she had a strong accent, but me and her we clicked right away And she would always say, just because I speak with the accent doesn't mean I think with the accent. And I would always laugh because I understood what she meant is that, people have a tendency of talking down to you and belittling you because they think, oh, well, you don't even speak good English. And she's very smart. But we connected because of those things. I just never understood it. It really just kind of gets on my nerves. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's biblical. The Bible. We've had issues with each other, since the beginning. It's just one of them things. It's just and that's why when you read Matthew 20, Matthew, what I want, Matthew 26. Not 26, 22 and 36. And my brain just scrambles stuff. Read Matthew 22 and 36. Golly.
Matthew chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou
Hey, you
shalt.
know what's funny? I'm gonna tell y'all what's funny about all this. Like, whenever they asking Christ questions like this, it's because they don't like the northern kingdom. That's they asking these questions because they don't like the northern kingdom. When you read Matthew 19, when you read Luke 10, when you read this right here, they don't like northern kingdom. That's why the action crisis is like, hey, you good with us as long as you're not trying to bring them off mofos back in. That's why these questions are being asked. It's not that they don't know about the commandments. They know they understand the commandments, but they were good with the scribes and the Pharisees and the lawyers that kept stuff the way it is. We want stuff to stay the way it is. Like we don't want stuff to change. We like the way it is right now. That's it. Like, are you trying to make a change in what we got going on? We got the temple, we got this, we got that. Like, are you trying to make some changes? Seem like you're trying to make some changes, right? And when you see stuff like this, it's almost like us and our teachings, the big time pastors and stuff like that, the people with influence and money. They don't you would think they would be with us and on our side, but it's like, no, y'all trying to make a change. Like, we don't want to change. That's why the scripture says that not the mighty and stuff like that. Like, this word was going to come from regular people. It wasn't going to come from like big time famous people, celebrities and stuff like that. um because they don't really want change. They've made it and they like stuff the way it is. They don't want to see you think about white people when you think about people having a problem with distribution of wealth, right? And sometimes distribution of power, you think it's white people that only feel that way. It's not. It's wealthy and powerful of our own people that don't want stuff to change because they see that wealth and power with them and passing through their whole seed, their generations after them. And they don't want nothing to change. It's like, why are you trying to change something? So it's the same thing when them asking Christ these questions, because if you get some, it's almost like asking the president in front of everybody one of those gotcha questions, and now he's got to explain it to everybody, so now everybody can hear his opinion on this. So, like, when they go up to famous people and say, "What do you think about Israel?" It's like, now you got to say how you feel. You on the spot, or what do you feel about gay people? That's what they was doing to Christ at this time. Now read that again.
Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Right. So it was like, hey, you gotta love God, you gotta love your neighbor. You can't you can't have a problem with your brother, you know? And that's something for him to have to say that is because we had issues with our neighbor for a long time. And our neighbor was not the white man, the Chinese man, right? That wasn't our neighbor. Our neighbor was our brothers. It was always a split between Israel. We always had we have issues, tribal issues. You know, even in the Southern Kingdom, we had tribal issues. We have problems with each other. That's just us. We don't like each other. So those the issues that we have right now is no different than the issues we've always had as a people. We don't like each other. We don't like each other. So it's weird, but
You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think, you know how like with kids, when kids are given, like if you make them a plate and they're like, well, they got more than I got. It's so childish. It's stupid. But that's what it makes me think of, that constant competition with each other for stupid stuff.
because we children.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yep, yep. So that's it. We've always had that issue. All right, Darrell or Daryl or Darry Lee.
It's Daryl.
What's going on, Daryl?
Hey, how's it going, man? I just wanted to piggyback on what you guys were talking about when you said about the award and everything and how they're using the system to use us to do what they need to do to whatever for their community. They're still doing that in Oklahoma. I did a little time back in 2011. It wasn't in a prison system that I did it. It was when I got to the halfway house. And when I got to the halfway house, they sent me to like some beach area, and they give you you have to be trusted, of course, but they send you to some beach area and you clean that whole beach, and you got somebody that's overseeing you the whole time. You out there 8 hours. You make about $20 a day, and they don't even give you your money until the day you are released and send you home with it.
Whoa! So they hold the money and make interest off of it and invest it.
Exactly.
Golly, man. Hey, look,
It's
the
in
white
their
man's the
account.
devil.
It's in their account. And if you don't keep up with your amount of money, you could go home with a less amount.
The white man is the devil.
So yeah, that's still going on, and that's still going on in Oklahoma. Back in 2011, it was. I would imagine in 10 to 15 years, it hasn't changed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like I said, the person they was just talking about it, in the city. It was just like, hey, we can do this, we can do that. No, I was just like, they seem kind of like they didn't want to do it, So I don't know. It's just, it just feel dirty, Just listening to them talk, it just felt dirty. Like, man, what are you talking about? And then to have him in there, I'm telling you, this dude looked like a slave master. If I wish I should have took his picture. He looked like the slave master. That's what he looked like. He looked like he was inside. He was like outside sipping on some iced tea, with a little rag to rub the sweat off his head while he watched the slaves work. He just looked like a slave master. That's I guess that's what wardens are, slave masters.
Yeah, you would think so. Some of them look like them. Most of them look like it. Like you said, they're heavy set, big white guys.
Yeah, I bet you it's difficult to become a warden. I'm willing to guarantee being a warden is it's a big form of nepotism in the middle of all that. I'm probably willing to guarantee that it's family to family to family. But yep, that's the world we live in today. and then people hate us when we tell people to stop committing crimes. Like, all right, if you want to go be a slave, then yep. All right, Daryl,
All right, thanks, man.
no problem. We got Kay.
Hey, Shalom family, how you doing?
All right, I'm good. I'm good. What you got
Hey,
on the topic, or
so blacks and Hispanics facing genocide, definitely. I think it's gonna get worse too. Even I'm in Canada, so I'm in Toronto, and things are definitely gonna get worse for our people, man. It was unfortunate what happened to Cole and Wiley. You know what I mean? But at the same time too, I'm looking at like even how things are happening in the streets. Out here, I don't know if you're, I don't know if you know what's happening, Judd, up here, but like these young kids are getting hired to shoot up the Jewish synagogues, and there's all types of shit happening up here. So like, I just feel like Esau's gonna like step it up a bit, you know, and things are gonna get a lot worse for us, man. You know what I mean? Like we're killing each other. They're gonna start going harder on us, you know, militarizing the police and all that shit. You know what I mean? So I just think things are gonna get a lot worse, man. So I just kind of wanted to add that point to this as well. You know what I mean?
nah, 100%. It's got to get worse. Like when we talk about Jacob's trouble and stuff like that in the Bible, it's definitely we're not close to even what it's gonna be like. Even going through torture and being removed from your house and stuff like that. You know, it's definitely gonna get worse. I mean, it's written. And that's the reason why we're pushing so hard. You know, we're definitely making a big push for what we believe in and for our people to gather themselves together. That's why we so aggressively get on brothers and sisters to congregate, and while they do congregate, to figure out, to not, not be an asshole per se, because we need each other. We definitely need each other, and we're gonna need each other uh when it gets worse. So, hopefully, our people start to get the message, hopefully, you know but
Understandable.
it's gonna take more I guess it's gonna take some more beatings on the head before it actually sinks in, which is unfortunate.
That's right.
Let's see who else we got in here. All right, Kunta, you sending out invites, man? What you doing?
Yes, sir. I sent them out. Send them out. Yep. And new person we got Ann just came in. Sent her an invite. Let's see. I think we know this person. Yeah. Yep. Like Colin. What the hell? Hey, y'all, come on up. Raise your hand. Come speak on the topic. Come speak on the topic. I sent all the red tickets invites. Feel free to come up to the stage and speak on the topic. If you got questions, come up also. Raise your hands and come up. Let's see. Can't say add a book note. We got John Strongman. Welcome to the stage, John. You can hear me? You unmuted. You unmuted. I just can't hear you if you're speaking. Yeah, you probably gotta fix your mic or uh, your headphones or whatever. Yeah, I see you unmuted, but I can't hear nothing you saying if you're speaking.
Okay.
Oh, I
o-
can hear you now. I can hear you. I can hear you. How
Okay.
you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just saw the conversation. Well, I saw the text about the conversation about our blacks and Hispanics facing genocide. Ooh, that's a deep question, but it's true. And we see it's happening. It's happened through history, and it's happening. You can see where it's happening now.
Yeah. And why you say that? How is it happening? How are blacks and Hispanics facing genocide?
Well, like you said, we see with the immigration thing where it's trying to take people out of the country that came here for a better life, and we see it. It's a great influx. I can say that I'm hearing a great influx where blacks are leaving. Black America is leaving America and going other places because they find that they can live a better life there.
Okay. Do you have like what should black and Hispanic people be doing? If we face
Well,
this problem,
I see I see with many places, especially in the African nations like Kenya, Ghana, and all these places right there, they are welcoming Black Americans to come there.
yeah. Uh, it's not cut and dry as you saying it, cause I just left Kenya. Uh, that's not quite all the way true, you know.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not. But anyway, what I was saying is, so you think black people should leave?
I'm not saying I'm not saying they should or shouldn't, but I just see the trend where many are leaving because of that. But I don't know if it's a majority or a minority, but I can see I can just see the trend happening,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and then
That it's it's really not feasible for a lot of our people to pick up and leave. You know, I wish it got some places I wish I could just pick up and leave and just leave this place to itself. But for a lot of our people, it's not that's not something that they could just easily do. You know, but and like kind of like what Kunta said, in a lot of these places, like if you go to Africa, you go to these places, a lot of times, like right now, like say if you move to South Africa, you'd be in trouble right now,
that's true.
because because they have their own issues too. Like a lot of those places, like Uganda, different places like that, to go there and not being like native, which is weird because we're black, but you know what I'm saying, not being native there, they have a lot of different, they don't like you, it's like if you do the same thing they do, it's not gonna work. You gotta go move by a different set of rules than everybody else. You going in business, you gotta be in business with somebody that's there. It's not it's a different type of oppression. I'll say that.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Y- so, but as for us here, that's here, what we think, we got to come together to where, um if you mess with one, you mess with all of us. What I'm saying? And like, we will hurt your pockets, and also just, us getting closer to God. If we, get closer to God, some of the things that keep us down, won't be able to do it. We got to come together and be unified, especially if it's going to get worse. You know, like where we at right now, what they're doing, it seems like it's going to keep getting worse and get worse. And you know, we keep getting waves like a up and down, up and down. You know, you got Bush and you got Clinton, you got Bush, you got Clinton, and you got Obama, and then you got this. You know, it seems like it's, you know, always something to give us where we think, you know, it's getting better. You know, now we got Trump. You know, it's like, well, who we getting after Trump? You know, because it seemed like with this. You know, who we have in office now and just the whole how everybody's feeling, especially white people, is that they're much emboldened to let out their true feelings on things, you know, how they really feel about black people, Hispanic people. You know, they boldly say it now, where in past it was just, you know, secret. You know, they held it
Yeah,
in
true.
secret. It's almost like back in the day when, you know, they was integrating schools and stuff, how the, you know, the white women all yelling in the streets, you know, like, no, free, no, go yak your own neighborhood and stuff like that. We're back there. I mean, I pretty much feel like we're kind of back there. If it get to a point to where you can't fire somebody for their personal off work feelings, then it's really gonna get that way. Because a lot of people ain't gonna say something because they don't want to lose their job, you know.
That's true.
But if they ever was to pass a law to say that you cannot fire somebody for something that's non-work related, then you know we'll really start to understand how the other nations feel about black and Hispanics. So yeah, it's pretty yeah, we got to come together. Definitely got to come together as a people. All right, we got A1 in the room. Shout out to A1, TJ. Just seeing y'all pop in.
Hey, Shalom, Jed. Hey, one.
Y-
Come to.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Yes,
Shalom,
sir.
shalom,
Shalom.
mighty men of God. What we talking about?
You know, blacks and Hispanics facing genocide. You know, dealing with the Cohen Wiley, the 1 year old that
Was
was
shot over
murdered.
some Pampers. The police
Yes,
shot
sir.
into the vehicle because of Pampers, which is crazy to me because, okay, let's say the mother stole the Pampers. Is that a criminal offense that warranted for shots to be fired into the vehicle?
Definitely not.
Okay, and this is why black people will come in this room to argue us for saying that we're the people of the book, but will have no uproar or now outrage at a baby being killed over some Pampers, about a boy being shot in his back retreating, about a boy getting his whole life taken away in prison.
Mm.
It's just the list goes on and on and on. These things are happening back to back to back. And it's a shame, man.
Hey, you right, A1. You know, people will come in here and argue with us, and things like this happen every day, every week, every month, every year, and they don't care about those things.
They don't no public outcry, nothing. Okay? But you'll see how quick they are to defend the people that's oppressing them. That's why I understand why the Most High says 2/3 of my people shall be cut off and die. That's the only thing for them. Okay? Just like yesterday, you wasn't here. There was this guy just butchering scriptures because we were professing to be the Israelites. Then he goes, was Abraham a Jew? So I had to cuss him out, man. I said, when Abraham was on earth, there was no Israelite nation. Abraham, the Jews is short for Judah of the 12 tribes. He was just reading stupid thing after stupid thing. He was making me sick, man. You know, and then they use Romans chapter 9 where it says we are not all they're not all Israel who are of Israel, to say, you see you don't have to be an Israelite. I'm like, damn, this is just crazy how our people are evil. After everything that's done to us, you still looking for a way to save your enemy and your oppressor. You're evil. Bottom line.
Mm, that's deep.
Yeah, we definitely spend more time fighting against ourselves than concentrating our efforts to figure out how we can stand against our common enemy. You know.
So I don't know if y'all know, I was watching a lot of videos of Chinese people apologizing because they're worried about people are seriously talking about retaliation and boycotting their business. So now there's a slew of videos of Chinese people saying there's a difference between China and Vietnam. And we're lumping everybody into this. He said the same way you blacks don't like to be misclassified, it's the same thing in the Asian community. You got Korean, you got Chinese, you got Japanese, you got Vietnamese, and we're not all the same. So she was like, why do we have to suffer for one man? And it's crazy that these videos are coming up now. But that dude, his name is Phil, I think Phil Scott, he did a good response saying, this one man is the straw that broke the camel's back. Uh, y'all come into our communities, whether it be the Chinese, whether it be the Vietnamese, whether it be the Koreans, y'all set up shops in our community and y'all give nothing back and y'all treat us like criminals. And this is a response to it. We are moving based on our interaction with you and the way we see you as y'all are just here to take from us. Y'all don't give nothing back to the community. Just like Target, when Jamal Bryant threatened to boycott Target, Target said they was gonna give $2 billion to uh I forgot what they was gonna give to black people for, and he backed down, and Target ain't give shit. So they was bringing that up where we'll get mad and we'll talk, but there'll be no action behind our talk. So that one Chinese guy that was saying, you black people, y'all not y'all your monies don't mean nothing to us. We could get money without you, and y'all can't live without us. Y'all need us. So he's the one that now people are attacking him, you know? So it's crazy the racial tension that's being invoked
Mm-hmm.
from races that we never even know. I wasn't really thinking that much about no Chinese, but here they are in the spotlight, you know? So this is crazy.
That's true.
The only reason these other races are successful with what they're doing to us is because we are not unified. Okay, just like this morning, we speaking about coming together with the Bible as the Israelites. That nigga I had to cuss out this morning. He comes talking about foundational black Americans. And I'm like, brother, we talking about the Bible here. We talking about God. God says, gather yourselves together. You're a nation not desired. You switching to foundational black Americans. God wants America destroyed. God wants to break up the foundation of America, not for us to join with it. There's nowhere in the Bible that says that we're going to join with them as foundational blacks, then ignore the other blacks. And then I was watching another video. They said that's the same thing they're doing in South Africa. They're saying we're the foundation of here, and all you other black people get out. So I said this to y'all last year when they started coming in the room. There's a spirit on black people themselves where now they're beating up black people that were not originally in South Africa, and they ain't doing shit to the white man that created apartheid. that got rich off of them, that got nice homes, that got nice jobs. The black people that are there with nothing, they're attacking. The white people that came there and built and robbed and stealed and are still in power, they're not touching them. So black people are the problem. That's what God is showing us. Through all this that's taking place, it's ignorant black people that are the problem. That's why the Lord said, Revelation chapter 7, verse 1, reader, you beating up
Yes, sir.
black people and they look just like you. It's just from a different, it's the same thing in New York. Someone want to fight you because you from Brooklyn and they from the Bronx or they from Manhattan. Only black people do stupid shit like, yo, I don't like that nigga. Yo, where you from, son? Yo, I don't like you Brooklyn niggas. You black people are evil. Y'all evil. Y'all worse than the white man. Y'all worse than the Chinese. And y'all stupid. Not only are you, at least white people are evil, but they're not stupid. They don't divide themselves up. Black people will divide themselves up and attack each other. They have a self-destruct button. Read it, reader.
Revelations chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
The angels are holding back destruction. The angels ain't giving instructions to go and form a foundation in America, you stupid black people. Read.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
God got angels on standby to destroy this earth. And you got black people saying, we're the foundation of America and we want money. That's a covetous, ignorant spirit because you don't believe in God. There's no way you could be an FBA and listen to what God got to say. You FBA people, you don't believe in God. Read.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their
No,
forehead.
till we find the foundational black Americans.
Sealed the servants of our God in their
So
foreheads.
you cannot say that you believe in God and you're saying you're a foundational black American. This is the craziest thing I ever heard. Read.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So you can make this your foundation. Our foundation is Israel. We are the Israelites, the chosen people of God. That God said, I'm going to create new heavens and a new earth after you define your worth. You go be a foundational black American. Stay the hell away from us. Die and burn with America. That's your destiny, to die and burn with America. America ain't giving you shit. Because if I was white and I was in power, I wouldn't give black people nothing. I will rub in your face that y'all hate each other, you're unorganized, and y'all don't care about each other. And I'm going to take my good white money that I stole from you black people and give it back to you? Hell no. I mute my mic. Who's the moderator?
I don't
Hey,
know.
shalom, shalom. I'll take
Take
it.
Joe, you got it.
Yes, sir. I'll take it. Hey, shalom, shalom. Y'all, welcome to Biblical Smoke. Hey, topic is, are blacks and Hispanics facing genocide? Bringing Gwen up.
Good morning. Good morning. Most High in Christ bless. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. What's going on, sis? What you got on the topic?
Um, I wanted to just make a comment regarding the topic that there is genocide being afflicted on God's people, and I want to, it's affecting everybody in every race. And if you think about it, they're being very strategic about it. They're doing it through our food. They're the older population is aging out, and so now the target is on our children's back and our children's children, um, going from middle school on up, um, starting to stack cases against kids for petty things that they do, in high school. Um, you see it in the medical field. Um, Women of color are being not treated the same as another woman that's having a child, and the disparity altogether in the medical field. Um, we see it in just in every way that we can, and it's like, are we not paying attention to the slaughter in the streets? Are we not, paying attention? We see the injustice or no justice in the judicial system, and even all across the world, you're seeing that they're doing some here, they're doing some there, and they're being very strategic about it. Even when it comes to the air, um, there are certain chemtrails that they're putting up in the air to cause people to have respiratory issues. Children have a higher rate of asthma now because of the pollution. All these things, in my opinion, are strategic to the agenda of, we can't just go out with machine guns and do it, so we'll do it through different mechanisms.
Yeah, what you're
And that's
talking
just my,
about, Gwen, that's oppression.
yes,
Now,
sir.
you
Yes,
see
sir.
evidence on all across the planet, but when you see who's afflicted by it the worst, who is it?
It's the blacks, Hispanics, and people of color.
Because
In the
I say that because I know at some point you said, it's on all nations or all people at one point. Did you say that? I might have misheard you.
Yeah, I did. I mean, if you think about, what's going on in Africa, right?
Mhm.
I've seen a video where they said we have to keep these people under, poverty, because we, our their wealth depends on it. And so when you think about the resources that Africa has, from gold to things they make batteries with, and all types of precious metals, diamonds, stones, tanzanite, all kinds of different things that they use to get rich on here in these states. And if they can't get it for free, they what would make us think that they would not take it by violence and take it by force? They've already done that.
Right. So examine that statement. You're 100% correct about that. But is that all nations when you say Africa?
Is that all nations?
Right.
Um,
I know it's just probably the wording you're using, but when you say Africa, isn't that our people?
yes, but I'm talking about even over in Europe and how they are. Maybe I am using the wrong phrase.
You may be saying in all lands. Is
Yeah,
that?
in all
I
lands,
got you.
you
All
know,
lands.
when you think about Europe and when you think about Canada, when you think about how they're putting people out, um, um, ethnic cleansing, that's part of genocide too. Look at over the people over in Sudan, what they're going through, and all of the people that have been in war torn regions over the last 20 years. All of that to me, is part of genocide, because some of God's people are included in the some of the Sudanese people.
Correct.
some of the people from Yemen,
Correct.
some of the people that are over in Lebanon are from some of the old Israelite. They are targeting the Israelite people.
You're 100% correct. You know, they are targeting the Israelite people. Hey, let me show you something real quick in the scriptures to go with what you're saying. Because you mentioned a lot of good stuff. You talked about the medical aspect. And we got to go even deeper than that. Because they say black people don't feel pain. You've heard that before, right?
I've experienced malpractice on many different levels. I'm terrified of doctors.
Right. So they'll do that on a personal level, but they'll do it. It's systematic. They said black people as a whole feel pain less than whites because they can't explain our advantages. So then they'll use that to justify experimentation. They've done things to us. If you read the book of Medical Apartheid, or if you do any of these, you look at the studies like how they conducted tests for, how do you say, gynecological. I don't know if that's the right term. Gynecology. How they discovered the practice of gynecology is torturing black women, torturing black slaves. And it's all over the world they do these things. Whenever they have vaccines to test, where do they go? Where do they go to test their vaccines and their medicines and their
On our
diseases?
people, on our people,
What place, what continent do they go to?
Africa.
They go to Africa.
Yes,
They put
sir.
they put AIDS and HIV over there. They put these things in the atmosphere, in the veins of our people. Because all they can take it. They're God's chosen people. They're stronger than everybody. Fine. Let's put all these diseases on them. Let's cut them up. Let's chop them up with no anesthesia. Go to Nehemiah. Well, first go to Deuteronomy 28:16, reader. You start at 15.
Yes,
You don't want to go to Nehemiah chapter 9. Because you're making
Deuteronomy.
excellent points, sis. But like you said, it's in Europe. It's in Sudan. But that's why I said you got to make sure it's a difference when you say all nations. It's not just, because some people are like, oh, see, all people go through slavery. All people got oppression. I know you're not saying that. But
No,
some people in the audience might misconstrue that and think, oh, see, white people went through it. The Arab man, he go through it. Nah, nobody goes through it like we go through it.
that is
You
the
know?
truth.
Yes, sir. Go get that, reader.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass that if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said, for your disobedience, I'd curse you. Watch next verse.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city,
He didn't say what city. It's all cities. Every place where people gather, you'll be the cursed people there. So that's Europe, that's London, that's Paris, that's everywhere. That's the areas in Africa. That's black lands. We're cursed in black countries. We're cursed on black islands. Jamaica full of black people. And we the poorest people there. Haiti full of black people. And we're the poorest people there. Mexico full of there's still black people. People don't think that, but those are black people. They got Afro Mexicans down there, and they got regular Mexicans that just their skin color is different because of the colonizer, but they're still black people, and they are the poorest people there. How are we in that land and we're the poorest? How South Africa got white folks and they're the richest? That don't make no sense. They're like less than 10% of the population, and then they got the best health and wealth. It's not just going to be the best money. It's the best food as well. You mentioned food and chemicals and the spraying. These things are all concentrated in our neighborhoods. Part of that with the Chinese food. If you ever been to the Chinese place, these Moabites, you ever been to the Chinese place, and you stick around long enough to watch them eat, they don't eat the shit on the buffet. Excuse my language. They don't eat that stuff that's on the buffet. They're gonna bring something else out the back and keep feeding you the rat. Keep reading.
and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Every field that you plow ain't for you. Every field you plow, that's part of the curses. You will have agriculture and you'll deliver it up to white folks. You go to Africa, you'll see them carry around tons of agriculture, big fruits and vegetables, very healthy looking compared to America. Big peppers and nice looking fruits to give in trade to white countries, to export to colonizers. That is a curse. Because you can grow stuff, but you can't eat it. Meanwhile, they starving. They don't eat what they produce. They give it away just so they can live. So they can be sold for a massive increase. And then we stay poor. And then the people that are cursed with lands that can't bear fruit. This is what they call Europe the bottomless pit. You can't grow nothing there. You look at Germans over there in Germany, they was eating potatoes at one point. That's all they had was like potatoes. They can't grow a lot of agriculture. They're not growing a bunch of grain like they proclaim they are. They are poor, they're impoverished, they live in mountains. They're basically the goats of the earth. They'd eat anything. Meanwhile, we have the luscious, most beautiful parts of the earth and the planet, and we can't profit from it. That's because we cursed. Read verse 16 again. I want you to go Nehemiah 9.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Go Nehemiah 9. City and fields we cursed. 937.
Yes, sir. Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 37. And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings, whom thou hast set over us, because of our sins.
See that? The increase that we get goes to the kings that are over us, the white man, the Arab man, the Moabite man. So any increase, any extra money you have, instead of you taking care of your own community, the Chinese man that moves into your community, he gets your increase. He gets your extra wealth. The white man that set up the grocery store, he gets your extra wealth. Instead of thinking like, I'm gonna spend all my money on self-sufficiency, we're cursed to not be able to do that. We're cursed in our relationships because part of having a community and part of having successful businesses is being able to trust one another and to trust in customers to keep coming, to trust in business agreements between neighbors. That hey, I'm gonna plant corn here. I don't need you to plant corn right next to me. I'm gonna plant apple tree. I don't need you to have a competing orchard right next to me. Ain't that what black people do?
Yeah, that you'd be right.
Don't you? Have you ever seen a barber shop next door to another barber shop?
Um, no, no.
You in the chat? Have you ever seen a barber shop? Y'all in the chat? Ever seen a barber shop right across the street from another barber shop or right next door? I've seen it.
I say in a
Just
close vicinity, yeah.
every barber shop's right there doing the same thing. Instead of coming together, they're gonna compete one against another. Be 10 barber shops on the same block. They all cut hair. Don't cut hair no different. Same clientele fighting for the same people. That's all we do. Emulate and we bite and devour one another. Go to give me that in Sirach chapter why we lost the kingdom. Unrighteous dealings.
Did you want me to finish Nehemiah 9?
Yeah, finish Nehemiah 9. Then what unrighteous dealings.
And it
Yes, sir.
yieldeth much increase unto the kings, whom thou hast set over us, because
Mm-hmm.
of our sins.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they have dominion over our bodies.
That's going into what you're saying, sis, about our bodies. Not just the experimentation on our bodies and the you got to get vaccines. You a child, you get more, you getting about 20 vaccines. I forget how many it is. How many vaccines is this, sis?
Oh Lord, it's a lot compared to, when I had kids. They get a lot of vaccines. I
In
want to say
China,
maybe 10 to 15. I'm not real sure now. It's changed so much.
hey, somebody tell me. Somebody, if you know how many, post in the chat or jump on stage. How many vaccines they make you get? They force you into it. It's not our country. Or they look at you as a bad parent. Every visit, y'all tell me if I'm lying. Every visit to the doctor, they putting pressure on you. They're making you feel like you're a horrible parent. That you neglected your child.
Or they won't
Mhm.
let them go to school.
Right. One somebody said 12 in the first 3 months. Somebody said 20 to 24.
Oh
Somebody
Lord.
said 10 to 14. And if you don't do it, you're the devil. If you don't do it, you're a bad parent. They're gonna try to scare you into doing it. You don't have control of your own children. You can't spank your kids. You control what form of discipline. Now, you got to abide by the laws near you, but that they're trying to phase that out. That's your own body. That's the fruit of your body. Now, that's because why? Black people ain't responsible no more because we break God's commandments. We can't even have healthy relationships in our household. So the kings that we've been given over to have to police our relationship with our children. That's why you got guidance counselors at school encouraging your child to look into the homosexual aspects of their personality. You sure you don't like boys? They do that. You sure you don't like little girls? How do you feel about wearing dresses? Instead of checking that thing, they will bless it and they will turn your own child against you. They got control over your body from not just experimentation, not just vaccination. They'll deal with your children. You can't say nothing to them. They'll turn your kid against you because you have them in these public school systems. They educating your seed. That's because we broke God's commandments. We're giving over to these unrighteous people that oppress us at every single step.
I wanted to just comment and say to what you're saying is that until we acknowledge that we have failed God and that what we're doing is not working, to come back to what we know, like the Bible says, train up a child when he is young, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. Even for those that have gone astray, we can come back and we can repent and get back on track so that God can heal our nation. When I say our nation, the Israelites, so that we can be under the covering of the Most High. We're out here with no covering. That's like,
Right.
women don't understand when marriage is honorable, that is covering. And, yeah, you can be independent and you can do all this stuff that the world says that you can do as a woman. But when war comes, where's your covering?
Hey, sis, that's
Uh,
heavy. That's heavy, sis. You think about it. Look at the sisters. It's summertime. Not only are they without spiritual covering, they without actual covering. They run around this independence. They run around butt naked. They not covered up. And it's like a physical representation of what's going on in the spirit and in their mind. They ain't got nobody to tell them to cover that up because they got no hedge over them. Common sense tell you don't be outside naked, but if you
well,
leave a
there was
child
there
to
was a
himself, he'd be
time
naked.
when that would be shameful. There was a time when you would get, told to put some clothes on. There was a time where your parent, because we choose what we buy for our children.
Nah, you don't.
So
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, we used to. What you talking about ain't even the 90s. In the 90s, it was rebellion. This is after the 70s, the 80s.
yeah, rebellion.
It's rebellion. Hey, so I'm gonna come back to you, Gwen. I got
Yes,
red.
sir.
You got
Thank you for
John.
letting me speak.
You welcome. Hey, John.
You call me? Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, John? What you got on the topic? Are blacks and Hispanics facing genocide? Hashtag Cohen Wiley.
That's it's like we doing it to ourselves. We are the master of our own destiny. So we have to take control.
Mm. So what part are we doing to ourselves? But it's specifically dealing with Cohen. You know who Cohen is, right? Cohen Wiley.
No, I don't know. I don't know him.
All right. So Cohen Wiley is I believe he's an infant. He's a very young infant, and he was shot to death by the police this week. So how did Cohen do this to himself?
He didn't.
So how did we do that to Cohen?
Well, we like I said, we supposed to be protecting our own. And so we failed in protecting.
How so? So what happened was they accused his mother. They think it's over some stolen diapers, and the police opened fire into the car. So break that down for me, according to what you're saying.
Her having a child there when she did it.
So it's her fault because she had that child there when she was allegedly accused of stealing diapers, which the reports say she didn't. Her friends say she didn't steal any diapers. She paid for them.
Right. That's a tough one because she was being responsible by taking care of a child.
You see how your statement? You can't just use that statement. It don't really make a lot of sense. sense? We say we did it to ourselves, and a 1-year-old gets shot in front of his mother. You see how we can accidentally start blaming the mom? 'Cause you don't got
No,
the
you
full
can't.
story. That's what
No,
you just did a second ago. Whether you meant to or
well,
not, you blamed his mama. It's like, shouldn't have had it out there. I don't know if
well,
anybody
yeah,
else heard that, but you said, hey, shouldn't have had that kid
you
out
right.
there.
You right. I agree with you. I'm wrong, but look, you said I agree with you like that when you say it that way.
Yeah, we gotta be very mindful. That kid ain't shoot himself.
No, he didn't.
And if he
He
was a Caucasian kid, would he be dead?
no.
So how is it our fault? I just want you to explain it. You might have a point. How is it our fault? I'm gonna mute up.
My thing is we have to be aware of aware of our surroundings and the environment what we in,
Which is?
which we know is not on our side.
Okay. And so once we acknowledge that, what do we do?
We have to find a solution. My thing is we have to find a solution how to work through that.
How do we work through that?
Now,
These people.
I don't have an answer to that, but but
Okay.
but
So
but but
how can you confidently say it's like, hey, we did this to ourselves?
well, that's why I said after I admit that I was wrong when I said that.
Okay, great. Hey, all praises. So,
I can
hey,
admit that when I'm
that's to take
wrong.
a big person. That's not true. We did. It's God that put us in the conditions we in. But there's no way to navigate. Give me Sirach 12:10. There's no way to navigate. You believe in the Bible, John?
Yes,
You a Christian?
yes,
What kind of church you go to?
a non-denominational church.
Okay, I used to go to one too. What do you
Yeah.
think your pastor gonna say this Sunday about this young man that got shot?
Tell you the truth, a lot of pastors don't even say nothing about it.
Right, he ain't gonna say a damn thing about that this Sunday.
But but
Not
but
nothing.
but
Not
that's
nothing.
I
Not nothing.
but and I agree with you that because they supposed they supposed to be there for the community,
Supposed to be.
and I agree with you. A lot of them not.
So what are they doing to make sure we not getting genocided? What is the Christian church doing to prevent or to address genocide?
To be honest, I don't think they doing.
They,
There are few that may be, but there aren't a lot.
they ain't doing nothing, John. You can't name one. They ain't doing nothing, John.
Well, I can't say they ain't none of them doing it, but somebody could be doing something, but I don't know about it.
Okay.
But
You know, hey, John, I went and I looked. They ain't doing nothing about it, John. They stay in church, John, because they can't speak evil of those people that gave them that religion. You know, this religion in that non-denominational church of yours came from white folks. You know that. I'm not saying the Bible. The Bible's our book. But this
right,
religion of Christianity, you know that originated with white folks. There's no such thing in the Bible as Christianity.
but I agree with you there. But that's where I guess that's where the breakdown is because if you go by the Bible, which doesn't have a religion,
It do. The Bible does have religion.
what religion is it?
It's the religion and belief of the Israelites. The Israelites are the people the Bible was given to, and they were given God's laws as their religion. Religion comes from the word religio. That's a word. That's an ancient word. We don't use that anymore.
Yeah.
Religio. It means constraint. It's meaning what rules or binds does your God have on you? So every religion, quote unquote, whether it's to Allah or Buddha or whatever, they got some kind of rules. So there's a rule set for every belief. The rule set of the Bible was, give me that Psalms 147, 19 and 20. The rule set of the Bible was only given to the Israelites, the people that were freed from Egypt, from Pharaoh's control, and brought into the promised land by Moses. They were given certain commandments. Give me
Yes,
that Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Watch this.
Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
So his word is the Bible. Ain't that right, John? Ain't the word the Bible?
yes, yes.
Who's Jacob? Who
He,
is Jacob?
I couldn't, I can't even tell you, but
When the
I
last
know
time you been to church, John?
yeah. but Jacob,
When the last time you been to church, John?
about a couple of weeks ago,
A couple weeks ago. Okay, okay. They teach you anything in there?
sometime I could say no.
Yeah, all right. All praises. I appreciate your honesty. That's why I went to the same kind of church as my family owned church, non-denominational. I mean, they don't know nothing. Don't none of them know nothing about the Bible. They just know Christianity. They know religion. They can teach you about Easter, Christmas, birthdays, Halloween. They can teach you all that pagan stuff we ain't supposed to do. They know very, very little about the Bible. That's what you're gonna find out today.
Well, I
So
agree. That's why you say with like the holidays. I don't celebrate the holidays because that's not
it's not what?
it. That's just not it. I can say it to me. It's not it.
It's not biblical. It's of the devil.
Okay.
You understand that? Sarat, you about to say
Yeah,
something?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know I had my mic on mute.
Are you good? Watch
and,
this.
and
Finish that. Finish that. Jacob is our forefather. Let me explain to you who this is. Let me school you. Jacob is our forefather. He's a black man. He
yeah,
descended out of Abraham and Isaac. He's the
yeah,
son of Abraham and Isaac. All right, those sound familiar? Abraham, father
yeah,
Abraham. He was a black man. Isaac, he was a black man.
yeah.
Jacob, he's a black man. So read that again. Psalms 147:19.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statutes and judgments onto Israel. So Israel, you know who the Israelites are. You know who Israel is.
Yeah.
Who are they?
His people, his chosen people.
Okay, who are they? You're correct, but who are they today?
That I can't. I could really, to be honest, I couldn't tell you that. I'm not even gonna try to flood a bloodbuster, but
Okay, that's all. I like your answers. It's honest. The church doesn't teach us who they are today, but the world says who they are. They say the people in Israel, because there's people in the land of Israel, correct?
correct.
What they look like? What they
They
look like?
probably I believe they look like well, they look like similar to like us, I guess.
Ah, the people in Israel today, the people they call Jewish,
I couldn't tell you, but because they make them look like they make the world look like they all white, but they not.
or that's what's on the TV. The Jewish people they show are Caucasian. These are Caucasians.
Yeah,
Are they the people that belong in that land?
no, I don't think so. But I'm not.
Give me
But
Revelations 2:9. So if those people they're identified as a Jew, because you said they should look like us. It sounds like you might have seen something, heard something to let you know that the real Jews should be black.
yeah,
So let me show you how we prove it and know it. In Revelations 2:9.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Those people say what? What those people
some
say? Read again, reader.
some you said say they are Jews,
Read again, reader. What to read at? You fall out?
but
Dang. All right, you fell out. But it said, yes, say they are Jews, but are not. That's what the scripture goes on to say. Maybe he'll jump back in. The scripture says they say they're the Jews. Oh, we got another. I don't get him. All right, you back, Ciroc?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
All right, read it again for me.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not,
So they say they're Jews, but they're not the Jews. Read.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
So John, tell me what that means. So they the synagogue of Satan. What was that saying, John?
they are of the devil, Satan.
They of the devil. They the devil. They of the devil. You right. So shoot, they can't be the real Jews. Because Jesus, this is written in red, by the way. Your pastor won't read this because he's paid very well to avoid these scriptures. That's why when you leave church, you feel like you ain't learned nothing. You just feel
Well,
bored.
well, I agree with you because my thing is I find that they only go to certain scriptures. They in other parts of scriptures they don't even know, they don't touch.
No, they don't touch it. No, no. They don't touch the
Eh,
Bible. They allergic to it. They don't touch the Bible. That's not why, because they're taught by the same people that claim to be Jews and they're not the Jews. They're not going to teach God's word. The word ain't for them to know. The word is for us to know. We the
Yeah,
real Jews, bro. We are the real Jews. The Jews are black in the Bible. Like Jesus, he's a black man. I know you know that.
yeah,
So if he a black man, he's king of the Jews. What the rest of the Jews look like?
just like him.
There you go. It's easy to be understood. So that's why they went and they painted Jesus white. So when you hear king of the Jews, you look around for the rest of the white people with beards. But oh, okay, that must be them over there. That must be those people. And that's how we fall into this oppression. Then when we get shot, like this young man, not young man, it's a baby, it's an infant. This infant gets shot. We think, oh, Jesus did it. There must be some other explanation. We did this ourselves. There's no way Jesus did this. These people are the people of God. Instead of thinking, oh, these are the sons of Satan. Yeah, of course they did this. We got to get out from under these people. We got to get
Yeah,
out from around these folks. They ain't right. You understand that, John?
you understand that?
But you're not going to learn that in church, are you, John?
Oh no, because no, you're not.
You're
Because
not.
I I believe it. I believe it. I know that.
The church
That's what.
hate
That's,
the church. Listen very good. You can't go back to church, John. Your pastor hates God, John. Your pastor, I don't know his name, but if you give me his name, I guarantee you he hate God. Your pastor hate God. And he don't do nothing God say. I can prove it with scriptures. I can prove it with scriptures, John. You want me to prove it, John?
I'm listening.
Do you eat pork, John?
Huh?
Do you eat pork?
Sometime. I don't eat much of it, but I eat it much sometime.
All right, sometimes you eat some pork. How about shrimp, crab, crawfish? Where you from?
Yeah.
You from the South?
No, from Philly,
Oh, from Philly? Oh, okay.
but I live in Georgia.
All right. So you eat any of those foods I just listed? Crab, shrimp, lobster?
Yes.
Okay. Your pastor tell you shouldn't do that?
No.
Okay. Watch this. Go to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. I'm gonna show you very basic things in the Bible that the pastor, this is parts he don't read because he loves to do the things that God said not to do. Watch this, read that.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
These are the words that was delivered to the children of Israel, to Jacob and his sons, the Israelites. Read.
And the swine, though
Swine
he
is
div-
what, John? What's swine?
The pork, the pig.
That's the pig. Read.
though he divided the hoof
Uh-huh.
and be cloven footed,
Hmm.
yet he chews not the cud. He is unclean unto you.
Keep reading.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
John, can we eat pork, John?
No, we're not supposed to eat pork.
No. But you say you do it occasionally. You think
Yeah.
if you showed this scripture to your pastor, he change his mind?
No, I don't think so.
See? Your
But but
pastor the devil. He hate God. You know he hate God.
but
I know
but
he hate God.
but when you say that, I I I agree with you with what it says. I know, and like I said, I know for me, I know it's not, and it's a struggle.
It's a
But
struggle.
but but I'm gradually changing.
Watch this. Go to 1 John 5 and 3. Do you love God?
Yes.
Mm. Watch this. 1 John 5 and 3. We're gonna come back to Leviticus.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people say they love God. Your pastor say he loves God. Your neighbors, the white man says he loves God. Donald Trump say he loves God, don't he?
He said so many things. Sometimes he say he love God, and he sometimes he said he know he gonna go to he know he going to heaven.
He said he said he know he going to hell. That's what he said. He said he
Yeah.
know he going to hell. All right, but he a Christian though. He say he love God occasionally. Sometimes he say he love God, just like you occasionally eat pork. Sometimes people do things. But watch this. Read what you say. Read First John.
First John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So John, how do we show God we love him based on that scripture?
Said keep his commandments.
All right, keep reading.
And his commandments are not grievous.
What does that mean, John?
They're not grievous.
Yeah, what that mean?
Grievous, I guess.
What does
It's not.
grievous mean?
It's not harmful, not hurtful.
Well, it's not hard.
Hard.
It's not a struggle. When you keep God's commandments and it's not a struggle to you, that means you love him. That's what that means, John.
Okay. Yeah.
When God say something and you do it, that's when you love him. If God say something and you don't do it, what's that?
You don't love him.
What's that called when you don't love something?
Well, I guess if you don't love it, yes, you hate it.
There it is. So when people don't keep God's commandments, what are they doing with God?
They hate him.
Did your pastor hate God, John?
If you say it that way,
I
probably.
didn't say nothing. That's what the Bible said.
Yeah. What if that's what the Bible said? Well, if in the Bible is true, so it has to be true.
So
I
does your
mean,
pastor hate God according to the Bible?
that mean he hate him.
Right. Do you hate God according to the Bible?
Yeah, according to the Bible, right there, I do. Because
So
if you say,
I guess you need to change that, right, John?
yeah, well, yeah, that's what I constantly continue to do.
And are you doing that when you eat pork? No.
No,
No, you showing
no,
God you hate him. You say, I don't really love you like that, God. Man, it's pork better than you. All right, eat this pork to serve God. That's what we got to change.
yeah,
That's a small struggle. Because what you eating, you spending money on stuff that you ain't got to spend money on. Stop buying it. All you got to do is stop buying pork. Pork ain't going to jump in your mouth.
no. Well, I don't buy it, but it's
But what?
presented.
It's presented to you?
Hmm?
What do you say? You say it's presented to you?
Well, yeah, well,
So
because
do you eat everything that's presented to you?
no, but
If someone hands you a plate of monkey, what you going to do with that? You going to
I
try it?
don't.
I ain't never had monkey before.
Well, I don't know, because I've tried things I didn't know, and then I've tried it, but then later on I
John, you
found out
about
I
to eat
liked
some
it.
monkey, John. John, don't eat no damn monkey. Don't eat monkey, John. You gonna get rabies. You gonna eat a
Okay,
plate of pit bull? You gonna eat some pit bull? Somebody stir up some pit bull puppies with some peppers and rice. You gonna try some pit bull, John?
now if I do a pit bull, no,
All right, well, do the same thing with the pork. God said don't eat puppies. God said don't eat pork. But what is, you don't gain some affection toward it. That's your favorite food. So then of course you're gonna go and eat what you like. But ultimately you're supposed to leave pork alone the same way you leave alone a little pit bull puppy or a cat or a dog or what else? Monkey. People.
but
The job we can't eat people.
no, we're not supposed to.
Yeah, my son in the back. He said cannibalism. My son know you can't eat unclean things. It's simple. Even kids can know that. How a kid know not to eat that? All you gotta do is tell a kid. Give me that Matthew 18:3. All you gotta do tell the kids, hey, we ain't supposed to eat pork. You think that kid struggle with that?
No,
I got 6 kids. I told them all we ain't supposed to eat pork. I ain't get no arguments.
no, because they taught that. You taught them that way. And that's what a lot of people don't. We don't. A lot of people don't get trained that way.
Right. So here's the thing. Here's the reason why I ain't no struggle. Because my kids didn't sit in front of a teacher that told them they could eat pork. They didn't go to public school. If they went to public school, they might have heard, oh, you can eat pork. They might have watched people eat pork because they learned it from another source. They might give that source more credit
Yeah,
than their own father. That's what you do in Christian church. You give another source more credit than your Father, which is in heaven. The Bible clearly says, and you said it without me interpreting it, we can't eat pork. But in your mind, because I know it's still in your head, John, in your mind, you will give credit to wherever you think you heard the word of God with no proof that we can eat pork. And you'll still struggle with it. You'll struggle with those things because someone else told you once upon a time. Your enemy told you. You understand that, John?
I understand what you. I'm listen. I understand what you say.
That's the struggle. The struggle is between two guys. You got two guys in your head. One's Caucasian and one's the God of the Bible. You got two guys going on. That's why there's ever a struggle. Because you read it plain. I didn't have to break it down. It's easy to be understood. But inside you said, well, someone already told me. Or pastor said all things is lawful. We eat all things now in Jesus. No, you can't, because Jesus ain't eat pork. You can't find me no scripture where Jesus ate pork.
No.
We supposed to walk while he walked. Walk the same way he did. You Matthew 18:3.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. And said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You see that, John? John, it said, unless you be changed. Converted means change, right, John?
Yes.
So unless you change and become like a child, that's why I brought up my children. When you instruct children, there's not an argument. Let's say some badass little kids. There's no argument. What you say is what it is, right, John?
Yeah.
So God tell us, read that one more time. What did God tell us to do?
Except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
That means you got to pretend like you never learned anything. Pretend like you're that 1-year-old child that got shot in that car. Pretend you're Cohen Wiley. You got 1-year-old kid, you never learned nothing when the Bible gets taught to you. So everything you read, like we just read Leviticus 11:7, pretend you're a child hearing this. There's no question. Your father said don't eat it, or there'd be a punishment. So what should you do, John, if you a child?
Be obedient.
So what should you do?
Be. What should you do? He say you should be obedient.
So should you eat pork?
No, you shouldn't.
Should you eat it sometimes? If someone serve it to you?
Yes, I have.
I said, should you?
No,
From this day forward, you touching pork again.
no, I should.
Huh? He said,
No.
all right, that's between you and God. Don't touch it no more. God told us to leave it alone. That means if you really fear God, you be like, let me go check the fridge. I know I got some hog maws in there. I know I got some bacon, a slice of pepperoni pizza. And that's just one, that's some easy stuff right there. That's easy. But then if you can build on that foundation of stopping to eat things you should eat, you can stop being an adulterer, stop being a whoremonger, stop being a liar, stop being an idolater, stop being a thief. But you got to build on that. You understand that, John? Because you're an Israelite, John. What's your father's nationality?
You African American.
Okay, so the African Americans, according to the Bible, come from the tribe of Judah. They don't call it. They don't. There's no African American in the Bible. Your pastor not gonna tell you where you from or nothing. The African Americans are called Judah. It means God's praise. We are God's praise. We ain't niggas or Negroes. We ain't YNs. We are God's praise on earth. Go to Jeremiah 14:2.
Yes, sir. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So Judah is God's praise. These so-called African Americans are in mourning, and our leadership has vanished. Read on.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
So, John, what color did it say Judah was?
Black to the ground.
So what kind of people is Judah? Is that white people?
No,
Hell no, they ain't white people. It said black. Black, black, dark, dark. The darkest of us. We Judah. That's the so-called. They call us black because they know who we are. We are black into the ground. That's different shades of brown like the ground. That's who we are. Knowing who we are, that separates us. Give me that Leviticus 20 and 26. That separates us from other people. Because you're going to watch every other nation, the white man, the Arab man, the Chinese man, they going to eat what they going to eat. You might work with some of them, right? You might go to, I don't know, where you work at? Warehouse, where you work at?
no, retired.
You retire? Okay. You might go to the store, be out in the community, and you see different people selling different things, having different religions. Because we're going to get the religion thing too. Give me First Maccabees 2 after this. And then you wonder, why can't I do what they doing? Watch this, Leviticus 20:26. God, you think God is for all people to be the same? You think that's what God want? Equality?
Equality. No favor. Well, I know what they say. Favor ain't fair, but
Does God have favorites? Or does God want everyone to be equal in his eyes? All races, all nations. White, black, brown, yellow. Or does he have favorites?
he just want everybody to be obedient.
Is that everybody equally? Or certain people?
Well, he treat everybody equal.
He treat everybody equal. Okay. So watch this, John. Give me Leviticus
Okay.
20:26. I think that's
Leviticus
it.
chapter. You on verse 25?
Whichever one it is about severed.
Okay. Leviticus chapter 20, verse
Oh, matter of fact, you
26.
probably can't go to 25. You probably can't go to 25. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean,
So there's a reason why God set that dietary law in order. Why? Read.
and between unclean fowls and clean.
Because there's certain birds we can't eat. You can't eat chicken, John, but you can't eat a raven. You can't eat a buzzard. You know what a buzzard is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't eat no buzzard. They eat dead stuff. God said in the scriptures, you read all Leviticus 11, it gives you details on what animals to eat and not eat. He has his
Yeah.
own reasons for doing so, but the spiritual reason behind it, he's trying to show you something. Watch this. He said, clean and unclean birds. Keep reading.
And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast or by fowl,
So when you eat those unclean things, you make your soul abominable because you partake in them. Keep reading.
or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
So let's check this out, John. God made all animals, right?
Yes.
But what is he saying about the animals? What did he do with them?
Well, it seems like, and then he separated clean and unclean.
There you go. He made some good, some bad. He made all of them. They all got a purpose. But some
Yeah.
animals you can consume. You can be around. You can't eat. Other animals you need to stay away from. They got a purpose on earth, but it's not for you to eat them. You with me so far, John?
Oh, I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Now watch the next verse.
Verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
Then he turns it to the people of God, the Israelites. He said, these Israelites, just the blacks and Hispanics. He said, ye shall be holy unto me. Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine,
Read that part again. He did what?
and have severed you from other people.
John, what does that mean if God has severed us from other people?
Separate us.
There you go. So are all people joined together in the eyes of God?
No, they separate.
They separated. They separate. You 100%. They separated. The same way those animals are separated, God separated people. That's how God deal with people. But he said, read that one more time. What did he say about his people?
And ye shall be holy unto me.
So guess what? There's some foods that are better than other foods. There's some people that are better than other people. Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
Because we are made like him. Think about it. Our creator, Jesus Christ and his father, they look like us. They look like us. So he said, I'm holy. Be like me. Be holy like me. Let the rest of the nations do what they do. Let the white man eat what he eat. But you are holy. You special. I made you like me. God got hair like ours, don't he, John? Don't he got woolly hair?
Yeah,
Don't he got dark skin, John?
yes.
So he said, you be holy like me. I made you look like me. Now act like me. That's the difference. That's what holy actually means. Be
Hey,
separate like I'm separate. Somebody say something?
yeah, TJ.
Hey, go ahead, King.
Yeah, he said he African American.
Yes, sir.
How old are you, John?
71.
You 71, and you African American?
Well, that's what they labeled you me as African American.
Oh, okay, okay. I just thought I heard you say that because you know that term African American came out in was 1985, so you cannot be African American. You, you can't be that. You know. So what you was called before that? You can't be called Negro. Can't be called black. Can't be called Afro American. Can't be called colored. These things we all know came after you was born.
Yes.
So you can't be older than your nationality. How can you be older than your nationality? That don't make sense. You understand?
Yeah, in a sense, and no in another sense.
Right. So you know God gonna tell you who you. God gonna give you a nationality. He's gonna tell you who you are, not man. Man is a liar. So you got it, TJ. I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
100%. That's what it goes with what we say. Shalom, ZB. That goes with what we were saying earlier about your church, John. That's why you can't go back, John. Can't go back to that church. He's not telling you you're a tribe of Judah. He's not telling you you're an Israelite. He got force fed that information from his oppressor. He don't know nothing.
Now I got another question.
What's
Because
your
you
question?
said you said we are part of the tribe of Judah, but we know that before Judah there was Jacob, and Jacob had 12 kids, 12 sons, and that's where we get the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yes, correct. I ain't think you knew that, but yes, correct. 12
Yeah.
tribes of Israel.
But then you saying that we are the tribe of Judah, so and I know Judas. I think he's gonna be with the fourth son of Jacob.
Yep.
So so who's part of the other tribes?
That's an excellent question. It's the blacks and the Hispanics and Native Indians. That's the big name for all of them. But when you go through the different tribes, for example, the tribe of Issachar, that's just so-called Mexicans. And there's scattered tribes in Africa throughout the diaspora. That's just, the scattering. Once we left Jerusalem, we were scattered among all nations. So you'll find some of Judah here in America, primarily, and you'll also find us in Africa. You'll find the tribe of Levi. That's the so-called Haitians. You'll find them in Haiti. And then you also find them in certain places in Africa, like Zambia, nations like that. We have a chart. I can't put the chart up. I don't know if I can. But each tribe ties into one of those victims of the transatlantic slave trade. When we were scattered, the people that scattered us knew who we were biblically. They knew our biblical name and they knew we could not be united in these last days. Give me Genesis 49. It'll tell you that Jacob prophesied of it, that we would be in all nations, and the only way you could tell who we were was through what Jacob said in Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33. So it's many tribes, 12 tribes, and they each got different. So that's like I said, the so-called Cubans. They be the tribe of Manasseh. You got the tribe of Gad. That's the so-called Native Indians. The tribe of Reuben is the so-called Seminole Indians. Those people that were down in Florida, migrated to Oklahoma. There's many others. I go through all of them. Go to Genesis 49. I gotta get a charger real quick. Read verse 1.
This. Which verse you said?
Give me verse 1.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So in the last days, meaning when is the last days? Ain't that today, John?
Yeah.
These are future prophecies about his sons. Come here. I'm going to tell you where y'all going to be at and how to know yourself in the last days. Because the people he's talking to going to be dead. He's saying your descendants will know their fathers through what I'm about to tell you. Give me verse 8. I'm going to talk about Judah specifically, and I'll grab one other tribe.
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
So he's a leader. Even though it's the fourth son, he's a leader of the 12 tribes. Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
So if you got an enemy and you're in their neck, how close are you to your enemy, John?
They're right next to you.
So who's the closest? So I mentioned blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who lives in the closest proximity to their enemies?
Mm.
Because the Jamaicans, do they live next to their enemy? Because the Jamaicans are from the tribe of Benjamin. Are they close to their enemy? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No, there ain't no white people over there in Jamaica. Mostly Jamaicans. Think about it. Levi, I said that was the so-called Haitians, correct?
Yeah.
Do Haitians live near their enemies? Or do they live on an island by themselves?
They live by themselves.
Okay. I mentioned Cubans earlier. Do they live next to their enemies that oppress them? Or they live somewhere mostly to themselves?
They to themselves.
Now, how about African Americans?
Ooh. They- well, we don't live. We live. We
Who
not
did
live.
Cohen Wiley get shot by?
But by somebody white.
So, so would you call them your enemies?
Yeah, that's the enemy.
How close are they to us?
Right next door to us.
Right next door. That's how you know which of the 12 tribes is Judah. We're the ones right next door. He keeps us the closest because we're the greatest threat. Every revolution you see was led by the so-called African Americans today. When you think about people like Nat Turner, you think about Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, is the tribe of Judah leading the warfare? Well, it's not real warfare. We got slaughtered, but that revolutionary movement. Whenever we wanted to, and then every other tribe of Israel would follow behind us. We'd have the Black Panthers. I know you 71, so you know all about Black Panthers.
You know, I sure do. I
So
just I hate to see what happened to them. Even though they still exist, but
yeah,
they just they just stagnated.
yeah, there's a shadow over there forming themselves. That ain't the Black Panthers. That's something else. That's a gun club. That's something else entirely. So the Black Panthers, that movement started, and then you saw other movements come up after that, right? For
Yeah.
Mexicans, and can you name some of them? Can you remember them? Because you were there.
Whew.
Remember Brown Berets,
Yeah.
the Young Lord. I see sister Young Lords in the comments.
The
We've
young
been
lords.
learning about
Yeah.
that. Young Lords. How about the American Indian movement? They called it AIM.
Yeah.
These came after that, inspired by the courage of the so-called African Americans. Because every movement like that, aren't we the leaders?
Yes.
That's how we know we the tribe of Judah. Because we started all that stuff and we're in the closest proximity to our enemies. And we get the most affliction from our enemies. We get
Yes.
shot. A lot of this is dealing because we're in Babylon the Great. America is spiritual Babylon the Great.
Yeah, I believe that. I know that.
Then here we are. This is Satan's. We're over here by Satan's seat. It's the worst place on earth, but the best. And we're the ones here getting the most affliction. That's how we know who we are. Then the other tribes fall underneath the other blessings from Jacob. Keep reading. Where you at? Verse 8? Or you at 9? I think you had read it from 8 again.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
That praise also goes into the fact that we lead those movements and they follow us. Even in this fallen state we're in, our brothers, the Hispanics, the Mexicans, the Cubans, the Hondurans, the American Indians, the Seminole Indians, those in South America, South American Indians, the Brazilians, they all follow our example because we are the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine
We
enemies.
that close. We that close to our enemy. Our hand be right there on his neck, but we don't do nothing. We the ones that was shaving master on the porch. If you picture like back in the slave days, we be the one holding that straight razor, shaving his beard. We wouldn't touch him. Can you picture that, John? You on the phone?
Yeah,
Okay. Can you picture that? That's what it's talking about. You be sitting there. I forgot what movie that was. I think it was Django.
yeah, okay. I will say the same thing because that movie has great significance because I look at the two sides.
What you mean?
The Samuel Jackson and the J.B. Fox.
Okay. So what you notice about the two sides?
We see what Samuel Jackson was a submissive one, and he just
Hey, Ciroc, you coming off mute? Hey, Joe.
well, I said because and I look at that as an example of how we see I see the black race we split like that.
So who?
He's talking about Stephen being a house nigga and Django being the field Negro ready to revolutionize, to rise up. Two different
Yeah,
sides.
100%. So is that if you look at the people today, 2026, John, which ones are the Stephen and which one are the Django? In the Christian church, which one are they?
the Jackson.
The who?
I guess I call them because the church not standing up because they mean submission to what's being handed them and not standing up and being rebellious.
Exactly. They won't be. They love Master. If something happened to Master, the church be clutching him by the same way when Stephen got it's not Stephen. What's his name? Calvin. Calvin got said, Calvin! He wouldn't grab him. That's what the church do to white folk. That's what the church do with white folk. They love their oppressors. They will not stand up for anything. That's Christians. All Christians follow that same example. They will not stand up for anything. You will not hear a peep out the church. If you do, it'd be just for a little bit because there's a holiday coming up, so they're gonna shut up by the time that holiday get here. They might stir a little bit, but they're not gonna mention that in your sermon Sunday. You plan on going to church still, John?
Huh?
You still plan on going to church?
Yeah, but see,
You say yeah.
I'm
What you about to
I'm
learn though, John?
huh?
They gonna talk about Cohen Wiley. They gonna talk about that 1-year-old that was shot, John.
Well, I'm gonna see if you do, but
He not. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but see, I guess maybe because I'm more open minded because I'm always searching for knowledge and truth.
Right.
And,
And so that means you can't find it in the church, can you? If you
well,
if you different, you describing yourself, John, as different. You different. You open minded. You search for the truth. So what does that say about your church?
I don't rely on them.
That's fine, but I'm asking you, what does that say about your church?
Sometimes it's sad and it's hurting. It's almost like I'm I'm struggling with this thing. I guess without I'm learning, I'm finding out that so much truth has been hidden from us, and then when we find the truth,
Hey, hey,
Go ahead.
and because because I'm like I said, I'm
listen,
learning. Like I said, when I
listen,
think about
listen.
the many Wall Streets
Hey,
that
John,
yes,
John, it's just your time, brother. It's just that's just what it is. It's just your time. It's just give me John 3:1. It
Yes,
is what
sir.
it is. I mean, I get what you're saying. You've been lied to. We all been lied to. But that's the story. That's the Bible. That's the Bible. That's what the Bible said was going to happen to us. We was going to get lied to, and the truth was going to come and wake us up. Hey, get that. It's high time to wake up real quick.
Yes, sir. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. In that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
You've been sleeping. You've been sleeping, bro. That's it. That's all it is. You just been sleeping. So now it's high time for you to wake up. Wake up out of what? Lies. This world is been in the hands. You learned in school, everything you learned in. If you went to college, if you went to, you went to the cemetery school, meaning seminary school, church. All of it's been lies. All of it. So you've been put. We all been put to sleep, but now it's, in these last days, God is waking us up out of sleep. So that's what you're seeing. That's what you're witnessing. So don't get shocked and marvel. Get happy because God's word is true. God's word is true. It's just showing you that it's real. He said he declared the end from the beginning. So give me that in John 3:1.
Yes, sir. John chapter 3, verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a
Read.
ruler, a ruler of the Jews.
Come on.
The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
Come on.
Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
So you got to be born again, right? And how you be born again, John? Watch. We're going to show you. Read on.
Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old?
Stop. Stop. Just like you saying, John. You know, you've been learning all this stuff for, you say you 70?
71, yeah.
71 years old. Nicodemus was old too. He was like, man, how can I be born again when I'm old? You know, read on.
Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born?
He ain't understanding that this is talking about a spiritual awakening. Just like we
Yeah.
read in Hebrews. You got to be awakening spiritually. That's what Christ is talking about. Read.
Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the
Stop,
Spirit.
stop, 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 stop. You know he don't know what that means, so you can't run past that, Rita. You got to get what the water is. Come on, Rita. You know this. You know better than this. Let's just run past that. Let's get the water. Ephesians
Yes, sir.
5:26.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26. Be
Is he reading?
hello, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
So let's go back. So the washing of water by the word. The word. That's what's gonna wash us. That's what's gonna clean us up. God's word. Okay? Because we're gonna hear it and we're gonna obey it. And that's what changes us. All right? Read that.
John chapter 3, verse 5. Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit.
And of the spirit. Let's get the spirit in John 6.
John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life.
He went right back to the word. He went right back to the word, John. So that's what it is. That's he's go back.
John chapter 3, verse 5. Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God.
So how you gonna be born of the water and spirit, John?
He said through the word.
Do the word. Through the word. So that's what he was telling them how you're gonna be born again. And the church is not giving you the word, brother. The church is not giving you the word. Hold that. Give me 2 Corinthians 6:14.
Yes, sir.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Watch this. I'm gonna show you.
Second Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
They unbelievers in your church, John. They do not believe in God. They do not believe in the God in the Bible. You know how I know that, John?
Yeah.
Because you didn't know who you were. You do you know you supposed to keep the commandments of God? Did you know that?
Yes.
So they teach you keeping the commandments. So you wear your fringes. You keep the high holy days. You do Christmas. You don't do Christmas.
No.
So you don't do Christmas at your church.
Well, if they do, I don't.
See, well, read that again. Hold on 1 second. Because you're not supposed to be with them if they do it and you say they don't. You say if. Come on, John. You know the Bible said don't lie to one another. Do your church practice Christmas?
No,
They don't?
not that. No,
What's the name of your church?
That's what I'm about to ask.
that's the worship center,
The worship center in what city?
Augusta, Georgia.
Somebody look it up.
But
The worship center in Augusta, Georgia. Somebody look it up. We gotta do this. Cause I already know. I already know they do Christmas. I already
what?
know they do. I know they do. They do Thanksgiving. Yeah. They do tithing. You pay your tithes yet? Did you
They
pay your
close for
tithes yet?
Juneteenth. I already see that. They get closed for Juneteenth. So they do that.
Hey, John, y'all pay tithes and
Yeah.
offerings? There you go. They robbing you. They rob you. Hey, TJ, I gotta get out the truck real quick.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Hey, what they teach? Water baptism. So they teach you got to be baptized in water, right?
Yeah.
Is that necessary for salvation?
Well, I had a question, but I thought about that. But then when you read the scripture just a minute ago, it don't talk about that kind of that water. But
There you
like you
go.
said, it's the words. See, I learned that from you today.
All praise. King brought that thing out. Go to John 15 and 3. Because they'll tell you water baptism. Give me John 15 and 3, then give me Ephesians 5:26.
Yes, sir. John chapter 15, verse 3.
John, because King asked you, like, what cleanses you? How will you be born again in water and what is it? Water and spirit. So
Fit
watch this.
right.
Go ahead.
Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
See that? You clean through what, John?
A word.
The word. Give me Jeremiah 2:22. Here's what the church do. Here's what the church does. The Bible prophesied you have these false leaders in the church. Give me Jeremiah 2:22. Watch this. They'll go by the ceremony of half drowning somebody in water. That's what you're doing. You're trying to drown somebody quickly, scaring the hell out of children and nearly killing old women, stiffing them in that old nasty bathtub with no filter. Watch this. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 22. For though thou wash thee with nitre,
So it's talking about a bath. It said, even though you wash with nitrate, go ahead.
and take thee much soap,
You use soap. You physically take a bath. Read.
yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord
He
God.
said, so even though you wash, you get dipped in water, you still in sin. That's iniquity, it's sin. You see that, John?
Yeah,
So ain't that the church?
yeah.
You say you put on that false display of getting clean, and you soak with the water. They just dunk them in water. Jesus said, the Lord said, put some soap in there too, and I'll still see your iniquity. I still see that y'all eating pork. Y'all doing Sunday service. Like King was bringing out, you celebrating the holidays. Shalom, A1. You about to say something?
Well, I was about to say something.
Oh, go ahead, John. What you about to say, John?
Uh, huh?
Go ahead, John.
I appreciate what you said today because that enlightened me. Be-
All praise.
and that's my whole life journey is the find the truth. And I know that there's things that I was taught wrong, and I question it, and you like right now you answer that you remove the scales from my eye on that question.
All praise. That's the Lord that did that thing.
Well, but it came through you because you're a vessel. We are we they Christians. Everybody's supposed to be a vessel used by God, but everybody's not you. We are everybody's a vessel, but everybody's not used by God.
There you go. That's true.
And,
They're
and
not
so
used to the same purpose. But go ahead.
and so when you said what you said, I it gravitated me to because what you said is true. Just like and so that removed that stigma that I had in me that I was taught that. But now when you say it the way you said it and you read it the way you said it, I understand it better.
All
And,
praises. That's how you know you're
and I
dealing with
appreciate
righteous
that.
men. Like King, yeah, Sirach, ZB Real, A1 that was just on stage. These men of God have set the example for people to follow because we did the same steps. We were in the same, I told you over and over again, I went to the same kind of church you went to. I'm looking at it, the same thing.
Hey TJ, you know
Yes,
what's
sir.
crazy? You know what's crazy? You know how fast he picked that up? You know what
Right.
that mean? You know how fast he picked that up? That's crazy to me. A lot of people can't pick up what you picked up that fast. You picked it up and we didn't even you understood it and it wasn't even we not I wasn't even going over baptism. And you
Right,
was
right.
that showed me you was listening. That showed me you was listening. A lot of people don't listen to God's word. Give me Romans 3 and 3. I'm gonna show you something. Romans 3 and 3, real quick. Watch this, John.
Yes, sir. Romans chapter 3, verse 3.
Wait, start at verse 1. I want to show John something with verse 1.
Verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision?
So
But
he said, what advantage have the Jew, right? So it matters because he said what advantage it has. So it matters your nationality, right? Watch, it's going to say, and what profit it is in circumcision. So, guys, your nationality matters, who you are, and God's laws matter, right? Read.
much every way,
Hmm.
chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
You see that? The oracles of God was committed only to the Israel. They read that earlier to you. Read on.
For what if some did not believe?
Hmm.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Hmm.
God forbid.
Read.
Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
You see that, sir? You see that, John? It says,
Yeah.
let God be true and every man a liar. Now, I got a question for you. How do you let God be true? Because it's telling you to do it. So it's telling the reader who reads it, let God be true and every man a liar. How you let God be true?
I'll say yeah, I guess submitting to God and being obedient to what He says.
Okay, okay. All right. Uh, read on.
that thou mightest justify in thy sayings.
You read that wrong. I think you read that wrong. I'm not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
looking at it. That don't even
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
right.
that don't sound right. Try it again.
Is that Book of Romans?
Yes,
Yeah.
Romans chapter 3, verse 4.
Okay.
That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings.
So it says, "Let God be true and every man a liar." Okay. You know how you let God be true? You got to keep it as it is written. That's how you let God be true. When if read on, watch, read on.
And mightest overcome when
No, no,
thou art judged.
read it again.
God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings.
So that's how you be justified in your saying. You got to keep it as it is written. You got to keep it as it is written. That's how you be justified. And your pastor, right? By you paying tithes, he's not justified because that's not in the scriptures for him to do that today. That that tithing and offering is for the Levites only. That's for the Levitical priesthood. If if you giving tithing, then you denying Christ, because Christ is our high priest now. Christ is our high priest. So if you give if you give tithing and offerings, right? That means you're not recognizing Christ, because Christ told us not to do that no more through the scriptures. That time was gonna come for an end. That time was gonna come to an end, and it came. The temple not here no more, right? So,
Right. This a king. That's a misappropriation of funds. They
yep,
exploiting people.
that's straight. It's starting. They straight starting and stealing the money, straight up. They're stealing money. That's stealing and lying, and they know it. You understand? We can show you that in Deuteronomy 14. That money is not. I mean, that tithing is not money. Did you know that tithing is not money?
No, not per se. No.
You see that? That's
Hmm.
another reason why you need to come out of that church. They didn't tell. First of all, they didn't tell you who your They didn't tell you your nationality, right? They didn't tell you your nationality through the scriptures. They stealing from you. They didn't tell you got to keep God's commandments. What commandments that they teach that you're supposed to keep? Because you say they teach you. What commandments they teach? Let me see.
Well,
Give me a give me a
the
few.
last time we were talking about command, they were talking about the Ten Commandments.
Okay, let's do the Sabbath day. So you say the Ten Commandments, right? Even though it's way more than 10, but let's just deal with that. Okay, how you keep the Sabbath? Because they keep the 10, right? You say they keep the 10, right? They should have taught you how to keep the Sabbath. So how you keep the Sabbath? Let me know. Hey, TJ, you can take back over. I gotta go in the office.
Yeah, I'll pray. So, same question. Sabbath.
The Sabbath.
Right. What you know about the Sabbath? Well, wait. Before we get to that, so now that you know that tithes isn't money, will you still continue to pay tithes?
No.
Do you understand what King was saying about tithing?
Yeah, but not exactly. I'm just gonna try and get the full understanding. But
I'll give it to you real quick. Go to Deuteronomy 14:22. We'll come back to the Sabbath. So I don't want them to keep wasting your money. If I could get back all the money I paid to the church, bruh, that's a down payment on a house. There's stocks and bonds, insurance. All that money I wasted, give it to the pastor. Read that. Deuteronomy 14:22.
Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 22. Thou shalt truly tithe
So that's
all the
tithe. This is the law on the tithe. Truly tithe
all the increase of thy seed,
of your what?
increase of thy seed,
So John, it mentioned seed there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading.
that the field bringeth forth year by year.
John, is this talking about money? It says seed that the field bring forth. What's this talking about, John, so far?
It's talking about what we call they call agriculture and harvest when you put a seed in the ground and you bring
Yes.
forth.
Yes. Agriculture. Good. That's a good way to say it. Agriculture. Read on.
Verse 23. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God
So you eat that because that's agriculture. That's crops. Read.
Mm-hmm.
in the place which he shall choose to place his name there.
That place he's chosen is Jerusalem. That's where the tithe was to go to.
The
Read it.
tithe of
Keep
thy
going.
corn,
So here's what the tithe consists of. The tithe of your
thy
what?
corn,
The tithe of corn.
of thy
Read.
wine,
Wine. Most Christians, do even Christians say you can drink? You know that they tithe wine. Most Christians say you can't even drink wine. Ain't that right, John?
Yeah, yeah.
So wine, read,
and of thine oil,
oils, because these things come from crops. Corn is a crop. Wine comes from grapes. That's your vineyards. And then it says oil, that comes from olives and other sources. Read on.
in the firstlings of thy herds,
That's your animals, your livestock. Read.
and of thy flocks,
Birds and whatnot. Read.
that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always.
Do you hear money anywhere in there, John?
No.
Nope, no money. Just food to eat. They say all this is for you to eat. Read on.
Verse 24. And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it,
So, because the place that the Lord chose was Jerusalem. You were supposed to bring your tithe to Jerusalem. If you were too far away, if you lived too far from Jerusalem to carry corn, wine, because we didn't have cars, there was no U-Hauls back then. You had to pack
No.
that stuff up. So it said, if it's too far for you, read,
so that thou art not able to carry it,
you can't transport it, read.
or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there,
hmm
and the Lord thy God hath blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money.
Then at that point, you turn these things, these items, meaning you got to sell them to turn them into money. You don't snap your fingers. You got to sell them. You with me so far?
Yeah.
So you sell these things for money, read,
And bind up the money in thine hand,
and then you have your money in your hand, read.
and shalt go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose.
So that's easy to transport money, right? You put that money in your pocket, your purse, or whatnot, and then you head to Jerusalem, which is the place God chose. You with me so far, John?
Yeah.
Read.
And thou shalt bestow that money
That means pay that money.
for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after,
Whatever you want, you buy back. Watch what it tells you to buy back. Read.
for oxen,
You use your money to buy back the oxen you sold because it was too far to transport them. Read.
or for sheep,
The sheep that you sold. Read.
or for wine,
The wine you sold.
or for strong drink,
Strong drink is liquor. Read.
or for whatsoever thy soul desireth,
Whatever your soul desires. Read.
and thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God.
It says you eat. Did it mention pastor one time, John? Did it mention your preacher, your reverend one time? You hear me, John?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Did it ever mention the pastor?
No.
No. Read.
And thou shalt
Hey,
rejoice.
real quick. Hey,
Yes, sir.
also, it sure didn't mention a $65 million jet either.
It didn't mention a Rolls Royce. It didn't mention a $25 million mansion for the pastors either.
No,
It
I
didn't
agree with you.
mention. It didn't mention none of that stuff was for the tithes during that time. Not near nutta. Go ahead, TJ or John. Go ahead.
Well, that brings up another question, which I know they don't do, because it's not for them. It's for the edifying of the church. But it said, and I think about we think about the widows and the orphans those that should be taken care of that we don't do.
Hey, watch what TJ keep reading. Who it talks about at the end. TJ, you on mute. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. 100%. Keep reading.
And thou shalt rejoice, thou in thine household.
Now watch the next verse.
And the Levite that
Ah,
is
that's exactly what ZB saying. That goes to your question. The Levite. Remember I mentioned who the Levites were? I don't know if you remember. Who did I
Yeah,
say Levi was?
the priest.
It's priest, but what was the nationality today? You might have
Oh,
forgot.
I
They call
forgot.
go
I know you
ahead.
said I know you talk about Judah, but I don't know.
That's the so-called Haitians today. The Levite. So the Levite, that's your priest, your Levitical priest. Read.
that is within thy gates. Thou shalt not forsake him, for he hath no part nor inheritance with thee.
So that one tribe didn't have appointed lands. If you know the history, John, Levi didn't get, there's no place called Levi. They lived
No.
among the rest of the tribes. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
So then they need to be taken care of because their service is to the temple. They're dedicated to the temple. So the Lord said, take out something for them. Make sure they eat. Read.
And the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he hath no part nor inheritance with thee.
So this is to take care of those Levitical priests. We don't have a Levitical priesthood today. That's been done away with. Read.
At
So who
the
we taking
end of
care of? Keep reading.
at the end of 3 years,
How many
thou
years?
shalt 3 years.
John, how often does your pastor ask for the tithe? Is it every 3 years?
No,
Is every what?
every service.
Every Sunday. That's a pimp. They have my money. That's extortion. That's a gang member. You ever seen the movies where what do you call shake down the storefront owner?
Yeah,
We need that protection money. I need my protection money. You don't want nothing bad to happen to your spirit. That's what they do when they put that Malachi 3:6 on the back wall. They say you better have my protection money. You covered in the blood. Don't they throw out them little make you scared? They throw out them little insults when a man rob God. You ever heard that before, John?
yeah.
They robbing God. They the devil. Keep reading. So every 3 years, that was when the tithe was instituted. And other time, but it's 3 years mentioned here. Your pastor say every Sunday, better have my money. Keep reading.
At the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shalt lay it up within thy gates.
Keep reading. Come on.
And the Levite, because he have no part nor inheritance with thee,
So you take care of the Levite with those foods. Read.
and the stranger,
And then the stranger, that's the foreign. He's not another nation. This is the Israelite that's born outside of Jerusalem. He's strange to the land, but he's of your kin. You take care of him as well. Read.
and the fatherless,
Those without fathers, take care of them. We don't do that today. That ain't what the church do with the money. They ain't doing
No,
that with the money. Come on.
and the widow,
The widows, those that lost their husbands. Ain't nobody taking care of them. Come on.
which are within
Think
thy
about all the
gates,
single black older women in the church. Are they taking care of all them single? That's 90% of the church is single black women over 60 years old. John, are they taking care of them women?
no, and I agree with you. That's what disgusts me. Because and I know I question that because I seen it. I seen it. in the Bible where that where it's happening, but we not doing it.
We're not doing it. They're using the Bible. They're using the Bible to cover their evil. It's the most evil theft on earth. This is a scam. Christianity is a scam. You ever seen scams? They try to trick older people into giving up money. You get an
Yeah,
email.
I've been there and got scammed and got caught in those too. I know.
Yeah, you call the one right now. That church is a scam. They tell you they love God and they don't do nothing God say, but they want money every week. That's a scam, bro. There's no kingdom at the end of you giving tithes, because tithing, as we read, not one time did it say put it in a plate, put it in an envelope, give it to your pastor. That's why the pastor is the richest person in the congregation, because you all give money to him. He is the God of that place. When you give everything to him, he is who you're offering to. It don't go no further than his pockets. And like ZB Real said, why he got a $65 million jet? Why he got the nicest car with the parking space to make sure you could see his car? Look at what your money went to. Meanwhile, you got plenty of single black women with their children. Them children ain't got no fathers. Think about all the single black women in your congregation, John. Them kids ain't taken care of, are they? Them women on welfare. They on EBT. They getting food stamps. And your pastor fat.
And that's the part of the church that really it really hurts me because I feel that way, but it's almost like I I can't- I f- I want to pray and say, Lord, can't for them to change, but like you say, I'll be looking for it, but I'll be looking at one eye, but I'm doing something with the other eye to keep myself afloat.
Here's the thing, they tell you all that false doctrine. You can't feed that system. That system is white supremacy. We got the church from white folks. When they colonized America in Africa, we got this religion from white folks. And there's no salvation in it. It's nothing but oppression. Our people were given permission to set up their own churches of white supremacy so they could make money. That's the incentive. It's a franchise. You know what a franchise is, right, John? Like
Yeah,
McDonald's?
I know.
So McDonald's don't benefit the black community. There's McDonald's all over the black community, ain't they, John? There's like 4 McDonald's in the black community, at least 4. They're gonna be at least one in your community. The money from McDonald's, does it come back to the community?
No.
No, it go to the man that started the franchise. That's the black church. It is the McDonald's of religion. We got that from white supremacists. And then he benefit. But you can set up your own McDonald's and make a little money. Just make sure you give him, the white man, his portion. That's why you get permission to make it. You get permission to start your church. You got to go through certain banks that only lend to churches. Certain churches that teach certain doctrines. You can't teach who the Israelites really are. You can't teach that Jesus is a black man. You can't teach God's laws. You're not allowed to do that. And then you can have your franchise. You can take part in it. You can get a church. That's why you can ask them to change their ways, but ultimately, the only reason they got a brick and mortar church is because they follow that program. They follow that doctrine. That's the only reason they think about how big these churches is, John. Why can't we make nothing else big like that? Why don't we got big schools? Why don't we got what else? Big hospitals for black folks. We ain't got nothing big but churches. We got nothing big with churches. Churches and funeral homes. Why can't we make nothing else prosperous? Only the church will be huge, and we don't get nothing from it, because it's a franchise that our oppressor allows us to have. The white man says, y'all can have this church. Make sure you follow these rules. And then only the pastor will profit from it, because he's helping to push the vision that was put out by our oppressors. Go to Sirach 34. You understand that, John?
Yeah.
That's why he's like, okay, I pray for all my people stuck in church. Most of my in-laws got churches. Most of them, my grandmother had a church. My grandmother-in-law got a church. My father-in-law a pastor. My uncles, I got uncles and aunts as pastors. They're all pastors. They all greedy and they all liars. They all greedy and liars. I done told them the same thing I'm telling you, but they don't want to hear it. People make too much money. There's too much money in this, John. They got car payments and house payments. Kids going to school off that money, John. So how they gonna just change up the doctrine? There's too much at stake. They can't change what they teaching.
they can, but it's gonna cost them something.
Then so everybody ain't got that spirit
And,
in them.
and,
Give that money up.
and,
They,
and, and
somebody said they in too deep. They in too deep.
but
Go ahead, John.
they in too deep. But my thing is they don't. My thing is they. It's almost like the ones that they when I think about at the end when we hear the Bible they say well Lord I did this in your name and I did this in your name and then he said depart from me you and,
Yep.
and,
You
and,
workers of iniquity, I
and,
never knew you.
and that's disturbing because God is serious and he not gonna take no junk and
So
he asked you to do one thing see that's one thing that for me this year. The word that came to me this year that I'm still working and struggling is alignment.
that's a good point. Alignment. So John, who should you be aligned with?
God,
So who is God aligned with? Is he aligned with the church? We
who
just read how they extorting black people. That it's a franchise. It's a business. It's a very prosperous business that don't help black people. Who should you be in alignment with? You in Augusta, Georgia, right?
yeah.
We got schools. We got schools in Augusta. I don't know if they got the email up here, but we got a school in Augusta, or at least nearby. I'm not sure the exact address, but we got a school in Augusta. We got schools where we ain't charging you tithe money because that's a lie. Tithing was done away with in the new covenant, and even when it was instituted, it was fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
Your pastor don't want cabbage. He don't want lettuce. He won't part of your income taxes. Tell me I'm lying. Don't he want some of them income taxes?
Yeah, yeah, I know he do.
So who you in alignment with? Give me that in Sirach 34 verse 4. Because remember, we
Yes,
just
sir.
went through all these lies this church told. You know Jesus black. They don't teach that. They don't teach that. If they might agree with it, but they ain't gonna put no picture on the wall. They gonna say he ain't got no body. Don't nobody know what he look like. They gonna teach God's laws. They gonna say you ain't gotta stop eating pork. Go tell them. Go tell them. Send your pastor a text message if you got his number. You probably
I
don't.
got his number.
Okay, text him. Shoot, send him this room. Tell him jump on here real quick. Well, I got questions for him. Watch it. See who stand for the gospel. Watch this. Sirach 34 verse 4.
Sirach chapter 34, verse 4.
Hey, Shalom Kutu.
Of, of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come?
Read that last part again from that thing. What?
And from that thing which is false, what truth can come?
That's talking about the black church. The black church is false. Ain't you discovered that today, John?
Yeah, well, all churches.
Yeah, all churches.
Now,
They're false.
what chapter, what book and chapter that was?
This is in the Apocrypha. It's part of the Bible, but that's another part. In the church, they don't use the whole Bible. In 1611, we received the King James Bible, and it had a part of it called the Apocrypha that they removed later on. They took out the Apocrypha around about the 1700s. But we couldn't read and write, so we ain't have no say in the matter. And they took this part of the Bible out, and then they just gave us part of the Bible. They've always done that to us, John. We never had all the scriptures. You can go online, you can find it.
I know, cause I have an older brother. We've talked about that a lot. He's 17 years older than me, but he's gone now. But back in the day, we would talk about that.
I'm gonna put the link in here. This is BiblicalSmoke@gmail.com. All you gotta do is email us. We can get you hooked up with an actual school. You can more like what we done here, actually learning the Bible. We do that all week, every week, for free. No guilt. We're not gonna be guilting you in the tithe money. Because our older generation is getting extorted. They want to take brothers and sisters your age and older, and extort them and try to pull money out of them. That's evil. But we done with that. It's time for truth. Because you said you seek truth. You got an open mind and you seek truth. There's no truth gonna come out of that which is false. Read that one more time. Sirach. Read that in Sirach. Sirach went to sleep. Sirach.
I what you say, I believe it because like I said, me and my older brother, we had discussions about this long time ago when I was living in Philadelphia. 'Cause matter of fact, out of my mom and dad's three sons, I'm the only one to go to church. They don't never step foot in church.
Right.
But,
All right. So
but
hey, listen. I'm gonna send you John. We're gonna put somebody post a link to Clubhouse to upload God's laws. We're gonna shut it down. Sirach, you on? Read Matthew 26. Come to what you about to
I'm thinking like, what the what? Hold on. We got UGL up. Let me
Yeah, it
bring
just
it up.
started.
Yes, sir.
So we can read Matthew 26. Sirach, you there? Now I'll read it.
Yes, sir. It's my connection been going in and out.
Understood.
Yes, sir. I got it.
All right.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her.
So, John, whenever you've heard the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, you must hear the memorial of this woman. I know you ain't heard this in church, have you, John?
mm-mm.
That means you ain't never heard the real gospel. So
They came out
rejoice
like
in that thing.
Masters.
Yeah, Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Yes, sir. All right, so go to that link. Go to the next room. Upload God's laws, okay? It's good talking
Okay,
to you, John.
okay, good. Thank you. I
All
appreciate y'all.
praises. Go to the, hey, find out where that school is in Augusta, man. Come to the school. We want to see you.
Yes, I will. I will look. I will look it up.
All praises to Most High. All right, we shut it down.
Let me close it. All right. There we go.